Ohio football team we played in 3 weeks. Glendale was wide open throwing all the time. Game last 8 hours. And then last week against Hillcrest, more of a standard type attack. I think they're going to be much closer to what Rolla is here tonight than what we obviously saw in week 1. But like you alluded to, Rolla generally is considered to be a pretty physical football team. I don't think most years that you would classify Hillcrest as being a real physical football team, but Rolla does kind of fall into that category. And they gave Bolivar a very good game.
They should have won. If you talk to the Rolla coaching staff, they thought they should have won that ball game, but they got beat 16-8, and of course then they beat Glendale last week by
42-29.
Yeah, 42-29, and of course that we beat them 66-44, but it wasn't until late in the ball game that we pulled away and got that margin of victory.
What I've seen in the first 2 weeks, and we'll find out tonight if that's actually the case. But what I've seen in the first 2 weeks of the season is that not for the entire game in the first game, but for about 2.5 quarters, West Plains just kind of played with Glendale. And last week, after getting off to a real slow start, they eventually caught up, tied the game at 20, and took the lead 27-20, and held on to win 27-26, which also kind of made me think, well, we're playing to the level of the team we're playing. Yeah. And so we'll find out tonight, if that happens again, because that's not a real good trend to get.
No, I was going to say, because you got a bunch of kids that are getting their first varsity experience, so they've not been on the varsity field until these first 2 games of the year, so they're learning as we go, and of course we're learning as we go. And speaking of learning, it took Nate took you about 20 minutes to read off all our sponsors, so we're going to give 2 minutes right now.
That's a fantastic idea.
And let some of our sponsors have 2 minutes, and we'll be back here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Ozarks weather can be pretty strange. One day the temperature's up. The next day it's down. And sometimes both in one day. So how does our house keep things just right regardless of the weather? Easy. The Butlers did it. High-efficiency trained systems from Butler Heating and Air are extremely efficient and will keep your home comfortable year-round. The Butlers can do it for you, too. Call Butler Heating and Air of West Plains at 256-7984. It's hard to stop a train.
Beat the heat by getting outdoors with the help of Monty's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains. Camping gear, fishing gear, and of course, it's time now for game cameras. All the game cameras and accessories you need to find that trophy buck for the upcoming fall season, which is just around the corner. You'll find it Monty's Outdoors, Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains. Your outdoor headquarters for fishing, hunting, trapping, and just having a good time.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Ozark Hills Insurance at 257-1285. 4 locations: West Plains, Thayer, Gainesville, Mountain Home.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Medical Center Orthopedics is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at OMC sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletics for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. OMC hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. OMC Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Zizzer athletics.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Well, Nate, you brought us back just in time for the national anthem, so guess what? We're going to take another 2-minute break while they sing the national anthem, and we'll be back here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
If you've been thinking about moving to West Plains Bank and Trust Company, now is a great time to switch. We welcome the opportunity to serve your banking needs. With our easy account opening process, we do all the work. New accounts, personal or business, receive free gifts. Check out our accounts at westplainsbank.com. Already a customer? Tell a friend how much you love our bank. If they open a new account, you both get a free gift. Don't put it off any longer. Make the switch to West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
What's that delicious smell?
Chapala Mexican Restaurant. Authentic Mexican dishes prepared from the freshest ingredients. If you love Mexican food, you'll love Chapala Mexican Restaurant. Make it fun, make it fast, and make it a fiesta of flavor the whole family can enjoy at Chapala Mexican Restaurant, with locations in West Plains and Willow Springs. Dine in or carry out. Taste the fiesta at Chapala Mexican Restaurant.
West Plains Lock and Key is here for you no matter what life throws at you. Lose your keys or lock your keys in the car? West Plains Lock and Key will come to you and unlock or even cut a new key right there on the spot to keep you going on your way. Do you need to change the locks on your business or home? West Plains Lock and Key is the place to call for that too. If it has a lock, West Plains Lock and Key can help you when you are in need. West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology. 256-8862.
Hi, this is Riley Brown with Lynch Equipment in West Plains. If you have land to take care of and you're looking for a compact or utility tractor, it just so happens that Coyote has some of the toughest, most powerful, most fuel-efficient, most technologically advanced tractors ever. If you're not familiar with Coyote, that's K-I-O-T-I, and we'd like to say hello. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, here at Lynch Equipment in West Plains. Coyote has a whole pack of models to choose from.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson, and we're in Rolla, Missouri, where the Zizzers are taking on the Bulldogs tonight here in a Ozark Conference game. And as I said, the Bulldogs come in with a record of 1-1. The Zizzers are 2-0. And Harlan, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's 4 teams that are 2-0. Let me see. There's us. There's Lebanon. And there's
Lebanon's 1-1 because Kickapoo.
That's right, Kickapoo. But then Kickapoo's 2-0. So maybe there's just 2 teams that are 2-0. I didn't bring my conference schedule, but like I said, early in the season, and we're 2-0. Bulldogs come in at 1-1. It ought to be a pretty good football game.
And Rolla is. I don't think a whole lot maybe was expected of Rolla this season, but they've. Playing Bolivar as well as they did, and they won last week, and always playing at home makes things a little bit tougher. So we'll find out just how good they are. We saw firsthand a Hillcrest team which last year won 2 games.
Yeah, and weren't very good.
And were not good. But you talk about a program that has 3 kids go out with knee injuries in week 2 last year, and they're all good players. They all come back, and that makes all the difference in the world. So we'll see. What Rolla presents here tonight. Watch them warm up. You can't tell a whole lot there, but they do have, from all of what we can tell, a quarterback named Adam Houndsman who can hound them, that can throw the football pretty good. So we'll see if we can put some pressure on him. By the way, Jim Lambert reminded me a little while ago that tomorrow morning we have the live stream, of course, on Facebook and on our website right now, and we appreciate folks who are tuning in from wherever, and we've got a lot of folks that have been watching the live stream, both during the live broadcast and after the fact. But tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the Zizzer Volleyball Showdown, they'll be taking place at the West Plains Civic Center. We will be live streaming the first match at 9 o'clock. That'll be West Plains going up against Willow Springs. And, of course, there's limited seating because of the distancing and all that kind of stuff. So not everybody can get in, but you will be able to see the live stream of that volleyball match between West Plains and Willow tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock on our Facebook page, along with on our website, OzarkRadioNews.com.
We got about 8 minutes till the kickoff here. The Zizzers are on the field. They're social distancing. They're spread across the other sideline. The Bulldogs are still up in the locker room as they can see the clock from their locker room, so they know they got 8 minutes to get out on the field. And Harlan, we talked a little bit about down on the field. I was talking to Coach Womack, and as a former coach, and I say former as in like 25 years ago or 30 years ago,
right?
You like to see improvement between game 1 and 2. And Coach Womack said, we didn't see a lot of improvement between weeks 1 and 2. We want to see them between week 2 and 3. So they're looking for a better football game tonight out of especially their offense and defensive line. Make some holes, plug up some holes, and keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone.
Something and that's what he said after the football game. He said, we just, for whatever reason, just couldn't get started the other night. Next thing you know, you look up and you're behind 13-0.
Yeah.
Now, you can overcome that against some teams. But by the time we get to playing Kickapoo and Lebanon and people...
Rolla, or Camdenton.
And we got Camdenton next week at home.
Yeah, I was going to say, we start our slugfest next week. We got Camdenton, and then we've got Kickapoo at Kickapoo, and then we have Lebanon at home. The next 3 games are going to determine how our season goes.
Yeah, this is the gauntlet part of it. Camdenton has stumbled out of the gate, but you know it doesn't matter when you play Camdenton. They're going to be a handful. Then we do have Kickapoo and Lebanon. I think right now, that game last week between Kickapoo and Lebanon obviously was an outstanding game, but I think that right now, probably you would say the top 2 teams in the conference would be Kickapoo and Lebanon, and you could include West Plains in that group if we come up here and play well tonight. But we've got to get off to a better start.
I say we go 3-0, you're going to have to put us at the top because we're going to be at the top of the leaderboard.
That's true, and we'll be right up there, and that will hopefully lead to a big showdown here in just a couple of weeks at Springfield Kickapoo. But the question I really have for this football team is really how good are they, and are you going to be one of those teams that just tries to raise your level and get to the level of the team you're playing? Because when you get to playing real good teams like Kickapoo, Lebanon, etc., sometimes you flip that switch and nothing happens.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah, and you find yourself, you thought 13-0 against Hillcrest was a whole last week. Well, that's a whole different,
you're down 13-0. Kickapoo's a little different.
Yeah, that's a whole different sack of wax right there, because you won't find it quite as easy to make up that difference as you do against some of the football teams that aren't quite as strong. So, and tonight, Paul, we can say that the West Plains Zizzers are at full strength.
Yes, and they've got everybody back,
with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 injuries.
2 injured, 2 non-dressed because of injury.
Right, but outside of that, they've got everybody back and ready to go, and we'll see if we had a few cramps last week, but nothing like the first week. So we'll see if players are able to withstand the grind here. And what's a humid night in Rolla?
Well, I was going to say it's 70 instead of 90 like the first week. And last week I think kickoff started roughly around 85 degrees.
Something like that. It was. Let's see here. I'll take a look and see what our specs are to get the football game started tonight. Well, our current temperature is at 71. It's overcast. They've had some rain here.
Sprinkled all the way up.
Yeah, we've had some rain, and right now the relative humidity is at 86%, and prospects are that we could get a shower before it's here early on, before it's all said and done. So maybe another round of rainfall, but as of right now, everything seems to be dry.
We've got 4 minutes till the kickoff. We're going to get the next 2 to commercial. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Ozarks weather can be pretty strange. One day, the temperature's up. The next day, it's down. And sometimes, both in one day. So how does our house keep things just right regardless of the weather? Easy. The Butlers did it. High-efficiency trained systems from Butler Heating and Air are extremely efficient and will keep your home comfortable year-round. The Butlers can do it for you, too. Call Butler Heating and Air of West Plains at 256-7984. It's hard to stop a train.
When you think anything for the office, think Bureau. From furnishings for the whole office, janitorial supplies, pens, paper, supplies, and more, think Bureau. See Reed and the crew for anything you need for the office, and they will deliver as well. Bureau is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, just off the square on West Plains, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week online at thinkbureau.com. That's thinkbureau.com.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today, 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
You may not need an electrician every day, but when you do, choose SRS Electric in West Plains. Sean and his crew at SRS Electric will get the job done. They're dependable, reliable, and honest. Whether you need a new house wired, you need new light fixtures installed, or just simple repairs, remember SRS Electric. Find out why people recommend SRS Electric in West Plains. Find them on Facebook or call 274-0787.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson, and we got the Bulldogs and the Zizzers about to go here, Harlan, from Rolla, Missouri. And you look out there, and it's kind of funny not to see a full bleacher, but I know we can't have full bleachers. There's a pretty good representation of Zizzer fans over here to our left, and then, of course, the Bulldog fans here in front of us and to the right. And would you say they're third full, maybe?
Maybe. I was looking here just after the anthem, and I was thinking maybe a quarter to a third full. And, you know, there are a very limited number of people who are actually able to get in here tonight. And it's a small place, and it's a very small, compact area where they have this football field has been here for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And you have a street running behind the end zone down here to our left. I guess that'd be the north end zone.
That's 10th Street.
That's 10th Street.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they've had a net there behind the goalpost for all these years, not to necessarily lose football. They don't want to get run over out here. So that's over here on the north end zone, and we've had the captains meet at midfield, and we're ready to
We're
get
about
this
ready to
thing
go.
started. Yeah.
I was going to say, we're going to start some football here very shortly. The Bulldogs, of course, in their maroon uniforms, trimmed in white. And the Zizzers, of course, they're in their traveling white uniforms, black pants, those black helmets. And it looks to me like the Bulldogs are going to be kicking off. They're going to defend the north end zone. The Zizzers will receive. They'll defend the south end zone. And, Harlan, we're about ready to go with football here in week 3 of high school.
It'll be Gage Klosner, a junior, who will kick the ball off to start this football game. The Rolla Bulldogs in the maroon shirts, white bottoms, white hats, West Plains in the black pants, white shirts, and black helmets, and a little bit of a style change this year with the helmets featuring numbers on the side, and it looks like West Plains will receive going from south to north as we get this game going. So, ready to start the first quarter. We're glad to have you with us on the radio, online, and on our Facebook page as well. Now, here's Paul Knight with the kickoff as Rolla kicks it to West Plains to start this Ozark Conference game.
Klosner to kick it away. Back deep in the middle is Brown, and it's a line drive. It's picked up by one of the upbacks, and that's number 18. That's Kyler Sowers. Found the ball in his hands and did a good job. Recovered. Picked up about 5 yards on his return, and the Zizzers have excellent field position. 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Good play, good hands on his part there. That first down brought to you by West Plains Propane in West Plains. Gainesville with propane, diesel, and gasoline for 60 years. Let's see if the Zizzers get off to a better start this week on offense.
The Zizzers start out there with their offensive unit. Number 70, Magnus Sanders. He's over the ball. Back at quarterback is number 2. That's Dagan Kinslow. Kinslow going to quick pass. Slant knocked away here. So, my gosh. Nice play there by the outside linebacker, number 55. Got his hand on the ball. And that is David Redding, a senior, 6'3", 195. Got his hands up, knocked the ball away, and it was almost picked off by the Bulldogs, Ian Wallace. 2nd down and 10 from the 46. Kinslow's back there by himself now as the Zizzers go with 4 wide receivers, 2 to both sides of the formation. Kinslow keeps it up the middle. He's not going to get a lot, but he's going to get 3 as he gets to the 49, and there's a scrum there. And it looks like a little bit of Australian rules football. I watch that in the morning sometimes.
I used to watch that all the time, especially in the old days of ESPN when they didn't have anything else to show.
That's right.
That's very entertaining stuff.
3rd down and about 7. The ball at the 49. They got to get to the Bulldog 44 for a 1st and 10. Zizzers come up with 2 receivers to the right side. They go to an unbalanced line right. You think maybe Seeley's going to run that direction. Snap back. Guess what? Seeley to the right side. He's got a blocker. He's got the 1st down and more as he crosses the 40 down to the 38-yard line. And if I can see that, do you think Rolla can see that?
Well, evidently not.
Obviously they can't because they made no adjustment, and the Zizzers had them outmanned, and that's a 1st down.
That's a 14-yard gain and a 1st down for West Plains at the 37 of Rolla. That 1st down brought to you by Hawkins Home and Lawn, best brands, best services. 1967, year the Cardinals won the series.
Two receivers left, two receivers right. The ball's on the right hash. Kinslow calls it. Quick throw out there to the wide receiver. That's Miller. He's making his first start tonight. Number 23, the sophomore speedster, picks up only 3, but you're going to have to pay attention to that boy right there because he can fly just like his daddy could.
Don't you know that he's just chomping at the bit to get out there tonight? Man, what a fun time. First outing for him, and he has.
He does. Second and 7. The ball's at the 29. Or, 34. Seeley, he's crossed the 20. Seeley may score. Seeley to the end zone. Touchdown, Seeley from 34 yards out, and the Zizzers have a quick 6-0 lead.
Oh, that's exactly what West Plains needed right there. Good blocking, and to make a big play, the back has to break a tackle or two usually, and he broke 2 or 3 tackles on his way to a 34-yard touchdown with 10:17 to go in the first quarter. West Plains on top, 6-0.
That is a great way to start this ball game. The Zizzers dominate up front, and they go down and score easily on a 34-yard run by Seeley. They lead 6-0. Thomas is here. Nathan Thomas, number 46, is here for the kid to attempt the extra point. We were talking about there's a soccer tournament tonight this weekend in Springfield. Snap back, kicks up, blocked. It's a live ball. He could go. Thomas is the only one that can stop him, and he's not going to do it. And that's going to be 2 points for the Bulldogs on the return, and that's number 27, I think. It is, isn't it, 27?
You have very good eyes. You're right.
Landon Hurts. Oh, let's hope they're bringing it back. Maybe we got a hold or a clip or something, but they're going to bring it back, and let's wait to see what the call is. But a blocked extra point led to a return, and let's see what they're going to call. The officials are talking with the Bulldogs over here, so that's not a good sign, Harlan.
I think they're going to say the extra point is no good, and the play was dead. That's what they're going to say.
Is that what they're saying?
I'm pretty sure. They just gave the...
Okay.
That's it.
So it's no points.
Right.
See, that's in college. College, you can return a block extra point for points. I think. I know it's somewhere. Anyway,
not here.
It's 6-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
It's back in fine form at Captain D's Seafood Kitchen. It's a lobster sensation. Go to Captain D's and get 2 lobster rolls for only $3.99 and make it a combo with fries and a small drink for just $2 extra. And don't forget, kids eat for only 99 cents with the purchase of an adult entree every Thursday. For lunch or dinner, Captain D's is a winner. Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
All night back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We got a 6-0 ball game, 10:17 to go in the first quarter. The Zizzers marched 54 yards for a touchdown, led by Seeley, final 34. Low line drive. It's fielded at the 21-yard line by the Bulldogs. He's going to be brought down around the 36-yard line. That was recovered there by number 5, Wyatt Lewis, a sophomore, 5'10", 150-pounder. Takes it out to, where are they going to mark it, Harlan? 47, 48?
48-yard line, it looks like.
38, yeah. 38, first and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 38-yard line.
They'll line up in the spread here. Malachi Ray is the single back in the formation. Their quarterback is Adam Hounsome.
He's a junior.
6'2" junior. He looked pretty good throwing the football earlier on.
So Bulldogs go with 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Tight end. Oh, we got a motion. That'll stop the play as the ball hits the ground, and the Zizzers would rather have the ball than the penalty. But the play is dead. That's the first penalty. Well, it's the second penalty of the game, but the Zizzers will take this dead ball. They'll take it back from the 37 back to the 33-yard line, where it's going to be first and 15 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs had a wide receiver jump a little early.
West Plains looks, at least from the offensive standpoint, much, much sharper starting the game than they did last week.
Bulldogs come out, 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. That's on the Zizzer bench. Hudson hands off to the deep back. Oh, that's not good because he broke 3 tackles. He's in the secondary. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 14. Carry there by number 25. That is Michaela Ray, senior, 6 foot, 215-pounder. Carried the mail on that one.
And he'll be close to a first down, second down about what? One thing that the West Plains didn't do very well last week, Paul. Tackle.
No.
And that play, we missed a couple of tackles anyway, and now second and short.
Second down and about a yard to go after the penalty. You got Ray in the backfield along with Houndsome. Zizzers spread out across the formation. Man in motion. I bet they hand off. They do. Sprint draw, or what do they call that, wide receiver sweep. And that's going to be tackled after a first down. The carry there by Hunter. But Hunter crosses the 50-yard line, goes out of bounds at the Zizzer 47, and that's a first down for the Bulldogs.
And that first down is brought to you by Chapala Mexican Restaurant. Enjoy the fiesta at Chapala Mexican Restaurant, West Plains, Willow Springs. Get 99-cent tacos on Tuesday. Dine in or carry out, and find them on Facebook.
The Jet Sweep. That's the name I was trying to think of. The Jet Sweep.
Yeah.
Bulldogs come out with two tight ends this time, wide receiver right and left. Houndsome in the backfield. Has a man come back into the secondary or into the backfield with him. He hands off up the middle, carried there by number 10, and that is, I don't have a number 10.
Hayden Fain.
You got him over here. Hayden Fain, number 10. He's not on my roster.
That's the fourth different player to handle the football.
Yes.
In this opening series for Rolla.
And they've run 4 plays.
Right.
Second down and about 4 as the Bulldogs picked up 6. They're at the Zizzer 42-yard line. Clock ticks away at 8:21 to go in the first quarter. Zizzers lead 6-0 here in Bulldog territory. Zizzers in a 4-2-5 defense, 4-down linemen, man in motion. And we're going to have motion everywhere as everybody in the red jerseys were moving, and that was a little too soon. So they're going to have another 5-yard penalty. That'll bring up a second down now and about 10.
Sometimes I think the quarterback maybe mistimes the snap count a little bit because he has a man in motion, and the ball has to be snapped at a precise time
so he can hand it off.
Yeah, and his cadence changes and it does as much to pull his own team offside than it does the defense.
For second down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Motion man again. Fake the jet sweep, hand off to the big running back, and this time the Zizzers make the tackle, as that is Ray. He gets about 2 to the 45-yard line. That'll going to bring up a third down and 8.
Connor Lair with the stop that time. The first guy missed him, but Connor Lair cleaned it up from the linebacker position. Now big play for the defense. Third down, 8 yards to go from the 45 of West Plains.
Zizzers with those 4-down linemen. They're going to tee off right here. Quarterback rolls to the left side. He throws it down the middle. It's over the head, almost intercepted there by number 26 for the West Plains Zizzers. With the almost pick was Chance Elderinghoff, but it's going to bring up fourth down, and the Bulldogs send out the punting unit, and the Zizzers stop them on a third down and 8 from the 45.
Well, I think it's kind of interesting, you being an old coach, how often you see teams roll their quarterback out against the grain. Against the grain. If you're a right-hand thrower, you want to roll out right. But when you're going left, that's a really hard throw to make.
That's a hard throw to make, especially across your body. The advantage you have there is that you cut the field in half, and you're actually throwing from the hash mark out to the sideline. Back to punt. It's a high, or it's a wobbly kick. It's going to hit it's going to go out of bounds somewhere around the 30-yard line. Let's see here. The officials, they're trying to figure it out, and they're actually going to mark it at the 33. So the Zizzers get a break there after a large 14-yard punt.
Oh, boy.
And the coaches are trying to say, well, they're still walking forward. Now they're going to say it's at the 25. We're just going to pick out a yard marker.
And this just gets further and further down the field.
Yeah. Well, they're on the Bulldog sideline.
Well, that went down, so they officially made it out to about a 20-yard punt.
Yeah, because they're going to mark it 1st and 10 for the Zizzers now from the 24.
First down brought to you by Wilbanks Tire. Once you're a customer at Wilbanks Tire, you'll always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire in West Plains.
7:26 to go, first quarter. Zizzers lead 6-0 after the run by Seeley for 34 yards. Seeley's in the backfield with Kinslow. One receiver left. Inside handoff, they fake it. Kinslow keeps the ball, and he's going to go nowhere as there's a bunch of red jerseys, and that time the Bulldogs had that play figured out and stopping for a loss back to the 28-yard line. That'll be a loss of 1. Bring up second down and 11.
Bacon Kinslow has demonstrated that he is a threat running the football. He had 3 touchdowns in the game last week, and he can bust one off if they start cheating over toward either Seeley or Lara, whoever may be running the football in the backfield.
Guess what? Unbalanced line to the right side. Zizzers look things over. Bulldogs haven't adjusted yet. There's motion, but no penalty on the flag. Seeley to the right side behind that, and then we're going to have a hold. There was a grab and a hold there by one of the wide receivers for the West Plains Zizzers, and that's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul after Seeley only picked up about 4. Holding against West Plains. I forgot to ask, how many penalties did we have last week?
Not nearly as many as we did the first week.
We set a record, I think.
May have. Well, we had over 100 yards in penalties first half, so that had to be some sort of a mark. But last week was much better.
Talking to the Bulldogs, the Zizzers called for a hold. 6:36 to go. That play took no time, as we had 6:36 to go before the snap. So maybe we're going to have some clock problems again this evening. They're going to mark it against the Zizzers all the way back to the 12-yard line. Make it the 13-yard line. So now it's second down and about 22 for West Plains. Kinslow's in the backfield by himself. 3 receivers on the left side, 2 receivers to the right. Bulldogs with 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
They're playing cover 2, it looks like.
Yes, they are. And they're playing zone defense. Jet sweep taken there by Miller. And there's that speed, baby. You'll not catch. Oh, he's slowed down, trying to make a cut, and he goes out of bounds right at the 50. Whoa. They're going to mark him down at the 47-yard line. They had him trapped, but number 23 can run
40 yards.
40 yards on that carry, and never was touched. Chased out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
First down brought to you by Captain D's Seafood in the Southern Hill Shopping Center. For lunch or dinner, Captain D's is a winner. That's a fact.
So number 23 does make a difference. That's Heston Miller. He goes wide right.
Just ran past everybody.
Sanders snaps back. Seeley inside handoff. Not a lot of room there, but he's going to get to the 45-yard line. So that's a gain of 2. Keeps the clock running. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's second down and 8.
As hard as you prepare for a game, and then Rolla sees that play, and they say, hey,
where was he?
Where was he the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. They didn't have guys that fast.
Yeah.
Zizzers come out with 5 wideouts, 2 left, 3 right. Seeley in motion back to the backfield. Inside handoff, they fake. They go to Kinslow. That play is this time going to pick up about 9. He gets down to the 34, and that's another Zizzer first down.
Brought to you by Heart of the Ozarks Medical Equipment, home provider of home medical equipment and supplies, 1703 West 8th Street in West Plains. And you know, Paul, the more I watch Dagan Kinslow, especially run the football, the more I like him as just a really good athlete back there in the QB position.
He is a very good athlete. They've got some good athletes on the field. Kinslow back there this time. He's going to send Miller in motion. Jet sweep maybe? Fake it. Kinslow up the middle again, puts his hand behind Sanders. Up the middle he goes, picks up 6 down to the 29-yard line, so it's a pickup of 6 on first down. And it'll bring up they're going to say it's a pickup of 5, and it's going to bring up second down. And we've got the mandatory break. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
School is back in session. And while everything is different this year, the one thing that stays the same is that never-ending mountain of laundry. And there doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day to get it all done. That's where Zizzer Buggy Bath comes in. Load up all your laundry and drop it off, and they will wash it, dry it, fold it, put it away. Save yourself precious time with a trip to Zizzer Buggy Bath and Coin Laundry, Porter Wagner Boulevard, West Plains.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Ozark Hills Insurance at 257-1285. 4 locations: West Plains, Thayer, Gainesville, Mountain Home.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We got 5:10 to go first quarter. Zizzers lead 6-0, but they are moving the ball. They're at the Bulldog 28.5 yard line. Kinslow looks things over. calls for the ball. Going to throw a quick pass out there in just a stop and go. And that ball's, I think, was that 18?
Yes.
Stowers?
Yes.
Caught there by Stowers, number 18, and that's a first down for West Plains at the 23-yard line.
First down brought to you by Lynch Equipment. For most people, it's where the search for the perfect tractor ends.
That was Colt Hickson. That was 15, not 18, that made that reception. Inside fake, Kinslow keeps it, gets to the outside, but not a lot there as he goes from the 22 down to the 16-yard line, so that's a gain of 6, and it looked like it picked up 3 to me.
West Plains, as I said earlier, they just look
They look sharp, like they know what they're doing.
Right, they came out and they're firing, and they've really got Rolla on their heels.
Number 66 made a nice block there. Number 66, that's James Dolan. Hand off to Seeley, left side. Seeley into the end zone. I think. No. Touchdown. They said yes, it is. Seeley from 16 yards out, and the Zizzers go on top by a score of 12-0.
I think he may have got the pylon, and that's all you got to do if you're down there near the end zone. And Seeley with another terrific, that's his second touchdown run of the first quarter, and West Plains now will probably go for 2 and try to make it a 14-point lead.
I believe they're going to go for 2 because they've left the offense on the field. Talk a little bit about that offense. The offensive line doing a good job up front this evening. We talked about 2 of them. That's number 70. That's Magnus Sanders at the center position. And number 77 is the left guard. That's Blake Reed. We'll get the rest of them. Motion man. Jet Sweep Miller. Miller to the corner. You're not touching him. He gets in. That's 2. And it's a 14-0 ball game. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
Pepsi Mid-America presents a tasty and downright lucrative opportunity. By simply enjoying select Pepsi Mid-America products, you could win up to $5,000 for your local participating schools. Beginning September 1st through January 31st, start collecting those teal caps from any Dr. Pepper, Crush, 7-Up, or Crisp and Clear products and help make your school shine bright with the illustrious gleam of cash money. Collect the caps from Pepsi Mid-America.
Hawkins Home and Lawn. Best brands, best service since 67.
This is Anna. We have a ton of inventory and offer same-day delivery. 0% financing for those who qualify. Customers drive from all over to shop with us because of our large selection and in-stock of major brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. All ready to pick up today.
Hawkins Home and Lawn. Best brands, best service since 67.
Ozark Conference football with the Zizzers on KDY.
Zizzers kick it away that time. Thomas, a line drive that hit one of the upbacks right in the chest, and it bounced forward, but he was able to get on the ball. The ball recovered there by number 63, Winston Winbaum, and the Bulldogs have excellent field position, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
First down brought by Ozarks Medical Center, OMC, Dr. Edwin Roeder, board-certified orthopedic surgeon, and Zizzer team physician.
And it starts to rain. Sprinkle. There's moisture coming out of the air. Bulldogs have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48. 2 receivers left side in front of the Zizzer bench. 1 receiver to the right. No receivers to the right. They got a 2 tight end formation. Ball's on the ground. Falling on there by the quarterback, number 11, Hounson. Hounson? Hounson, Hounson. Is that correct?
Adam Hounson.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's handsome without the helmet on.
Well, I don't know. It's because they don't take their helmets off on the sideline. Anyway, there was a loss of 9 on the play, or 8 on the play, so now it's 2nd down and 18, and the Zizzer defense has come up with some big plays already. 4 down linemen, they're going to come hard at this play right here. Zizzer's in a 2-deep secondary. Motion man back to the secondary. Corner sneaks up. Inside fake. Pressure comes from the inside. That's Laird. He missed the tackle. Another missed tackle. Quarterback gets out of the trap, and he's going to be chased down and mowed over at the 45, but he did pick up 5 when he could have lost 10.
Really good angle of pursuit that time, chasing the football for wins, coming from the secondary. And a very good job defensively that time. I believe Aiden Holt was one of those that came up.
Jesse Hudson was one that actually made the final tackle. from this side of the field on the other side. He made cover some ground.
Really good play.
3 receivers the wide side of the field for the Bulldogs in front of their bench. Snap back. He rolls to the right. He throws out here in the flat. He's got the ball caught. Couple of moves, but he's going to be short. He's going to be stopped after a gain of about 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 or 4.5, somewhere in that neighborhood to go for a first down, and we got a flag on the play. It's a face mask. Looks like it's called against the Zizzers, and that's going to give the Bulldogs a first down. If that's going to be, yes, they're going to mark it off. Face mask against West Plains, 5-yard penalty, and that puts the ball, well, actually it puts it 1 yard short of the first down.
Well, that's really close to the first down. They'll have to measure this. They're saying 4th down.
4th and 1, and we got a stop of the clock. Bulldogs take time. We'll be back in 1 minute. Here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
If you've been thinking about moving to West Plains Bank and Trust Company, now is a great time to switch. We welcome the opportunity to serve your banking needs. With our easy account opening process, we do all the work. New accounts, personal or business, receive free gifts. Check out our accounts at westplainsbank.com. Already a customer? Tell a friend how much you love our bank. If they open a new account, you both get a free gift. Don't put it off any longer. Make the switch to West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Hey gang, this is Ned Reynolds for Taylor Gruball at Taylor Gruball Chevrolet Buick and GMC. Let me recommend Taylor and his staff in West Plains right here. Taylor's brought the one low price concept and non-commissioned salespeople to his dealership. Remember, find new roads at Taylor Gruball Chevrolet Buick and GMC here in West Plains.
It's where to go and buy your car. Great service and best price by far. In West Plains, it's where we are. Taylor Gruball Chevrolet in West Plains.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Yeah, he didn't make it. Well, this official did. Paul Knight back here. They just snapped the ball just as we came back. The Zizzers think they've got them stopped. It depends on which official gets to place the ball.
Oh, they didn't make it, Paul.
Well, the one official's got it marked at the 42.
Oh, my God.
That's what I said. The official on the far side has it marked at the 42. The near official had it marked at the 43. And the Bulldogs think they've got a first down in the Zizzer offense. They think they're coming out on the field, and we're going to have the chains come out here because that was definitely an advantage spot there.
They moved that ball a half a yard up the field. I mean, that's horrible. It was, to me, obviously, we both said at the same time.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
They had to get a full yard.
And they didn't get a full yard.
They got a half a yard, then they got another half a yard.
The spot, yeah. And Coach Perker on the far side of the field, they're going to bring the chains out. And I hate to say this, I think they're going to have it because the chains were on the 42, and that ball is touching the 42-yard line.
Sure does. I'd have to agree. It sure does look like they've got a first down. They're taking their sweet time.
They're taking their time getting it taken. 2:19 to go first quarter. We've got a hold up in the play as the chain gang, and guess what? They got a first down on the spot. First and 10 for the Bulldogs from West Plains, 42-yard line.
First down brought to you by Stuart Morrison. Ready Mix and West Creek results every time.
Well, I'm sure Coach Perkins will be watching the video replay of that one right there, which happens to be right next to us.
Yeah. We'll watch that again on Facebook when we get home.
First and 10 Bulldogs from the Zizzer 42-yard line. 2:19 to go first quarter. Zizzers lead 14-0 here in Bulldog country. Zizzers, they're going to crowd the line of scrimmage. They've got 9 guys within a yard. Inside handoff, they fake it. They're going to throw down the sideline. Man's open, and he overthrown. Wide open down the sideline was number 7, Isaac Hunter, but the pass was about 2 yards too far, and it's second down and 10 instead of a touchdown.
West Plains had 2 people on the defense that time on the coverage down the right sideline, but that ball was too tall and too long, and now it'll be second down and 10.
Second and 10 from the Zizzer 42-yard line. Zizzers defensively need a stop here. They've already had one, but got a little unfortunate placement of the football, and it was a first and 10. Bulldogs go with 3 wide receivers to the left side, and the Zizzers only have 2 defensive backs out there. We better move somebody left. They're going to roll left. They're going to cut it up front, and there's a nice hit and a tackle made by number 52 of the West Plains Zizzer. That's Sebastian Rogers. He came up from that inside tackle position, made the hit, a drop, a loss of 1, brings up 3rd down 9 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I think Sebastian Rogers has been one of their best defensive players, certainly along the front line. We saw him make some really good plays at Glendale, and tonight that play was a good indication of his quick. He's, for a big kid, 260, he's a quick kid.
Yeah, and he played pretty well last year as a junior. 4-man down the defensive line. It's a passing situation for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers the right side. They're going to roll right. They're going to try to throw. Pressure comes. Throw is going to be incomplete. It's short, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Clock stopped with 1:25. I don't see any laundry on the field, so we got a 4th and 9 from 41-yard line. The ball almost in the middle of the field.
He had a guy open, but
yes,
that was just a bad throw. Rolling to his right that time.
And that's the way you want him to go.
That's the way you would think it would be easier going that way.
3 receivers the right side, tight end the right side as well, so they got 4 over here, 1 left in front of the Zizzer bench. Man-to-man coverage over there. Quarterback. Anthem looks things over. There's nobody back there with him. Play clock winding down to 3. They're going to let, that should have been a delay of game because the play clock ended, but there's a pass out in the flat, no gain, as the ball was caught there by number 10, who we got to look on this, Hayden Fain, and he just lost, actually they're going to say he picked up a yard, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 8.
Why in the wide world of sports would you do that? Why would you just kick the ball, angle it to the sideline, and take it down the field?
If you're going to go for it on 4th and 9, you got to try to get out 9 yards. But it did. You give the Zizzers 1st and 10 at their own 41.
And you've seen that the West Plains can run the football and put points on the board already. You're giving them a 60-yard field instead of a 85-yard field. That doesn't make much sense.
Zizzers have it 1st and 10 at their own 41. Kinslow's in the backfield by himself. Play clock not moving. Seeley in the backfield takes a fake handoff. Kinslow throws it down the sideline, and Miller was there. Nobody else was, and Kinslow overthrew him. And how do you overthrow Miller? Because he can outrun anything.
I think Dagan Kinslow showed an arm there.
He did there.
A little too much, and all he had to do was put a little air under.
Yeah.
Because Heston Miller was wide. There was no one within 10 yards of him.
No, not even close. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped. 1:13 to go in the first. Zizzers have the football and a 14-point lead. Kinslow in the backfield by himself again. Takes a snap back. He's going to look to throw. Throws it out there. Is that going to be a catch and fumble?
No way.
And they called it a catch and fumble.
No way.
The officials, they're saying incomplete. Officials comes in from the sideline, says incomplete pass. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers. And we may have caught a little bit of a break on that one.
Well, I said no way, but then as that thing kind of developed, I thought they may call that a reception. But he made no with the football. The ball may have been in his breadbasket for a split second, but he made no move, no football move with it. He got hit pretty hard.
3rd and 10. Kinslow sends Seeley in motion. They're going to give it to Seeley, sweep right. And this time the Bulldogs said, I think we've got that play figured out. That's a loss of 2 back to the 39. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 for the West Plains Zizzers, and they're going to send out their punting unit as we get closing. We got a timeout. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Not many businesses have lasted 60 years. One that has stood the test of time is West Plains Propane. 60 years in West Plains and now 6 in Gainesville. Yeah, they're doing something right. They have fuel pumps pumping diesel and gasoline at 508 Lincoln and North Highway 63 in West Plains. They deliver propane, gas, and diesel in South Central Missouri. West Plains Propane keeps you on your way and fuels your needs. West Plains Propane for over 60 years.
It is time to visit Newberry's Floors and More in downtown West Plains, formerly Butler Carpet. Newberry's has tile, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and planks to complete the room of your dreams. Take a look at your floors. They need attention. Call Newberry's 417-255-0088. Free estimates are available and they have installers on staff. Head to Cass Avenue in downtown West Plains. Newberry's Floors and More. 417-255-0088.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Got 11. This is a nice high punt. It's going to hit at the 29, bounces down inside the 15, and rolls dead right at the 12-yard line. So a nice punt by Kinslow, and the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their 12-yard line with 42 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
First down brought to you by SRS Electric Service. Rely on them for any electrical needs, commercial or residential. That's a 49-yard net pickup for West Plains on the punt play.
That was a very nice, what do they call that, switching positions or switching ends of the field there.
The field, right there.
Zizzers have the Bulldogs pinned back at their own 12-yard line. 42 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Zizzers have a 14-0 lead, and the Bulldogs have the ball for I think it's about the 4th time. Quarterback, number 11, Adam Hounsome. In the backfield with Ray. And that's going to be that's going to be Ray, and he's going to get nowhere soon. Ball's loose, but it's way dead. He's going to mark him dead, no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. And that may be the last play of the quarter since the clock is running at 25, and the Bulldogs don't look to be in any hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. In fact, they're looking at the clock and saying, I think we're done for this quarter. In fact, they're done. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY. Zizzers lead 14-0.
Owning your home or farm is an American dream. Wiles Abstract and Title help you accomplish that dream by having expanded services to make buying or selling real estate seamless. Closing services include electronic signatures, which limits the number of physical signatures needed.
This is Ashley Matajak at Wiles Title. Buying and selling real estate is an exciting time. Don't let the stress overwhelm you. Choose Wiles Title and let us take care of it for you. It's your choice. Choose Wiles Abstract and Title on the Square, downtown West Plains.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Get up to $200 total cash back on Goodyear tire rebates. Get up to $100 back plus an added bonus of up to $100 more when you use the Goodyear card. Contact Don's Auto Service for more details.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hudson. We got 1 quarter in the books. The Zizzers lead 14-0. Bulldogs have the ball at their own 12-yard line. We're at 2nd down and 12. And Harlan, it was a good start for West Plains Zizzers. They kind of took control here early, and they have that lead.
I thought Rolla adjusted a little bit defensively on that last series, and West Plains had a much harder time moving the ball. So now it's West Plains' turn to adjust to what Rolla has done, and we'll probably see that come the next possession. But here, West Plains with a chance field position.
2nd down and 12 from the or 2nd down and 10 from the 12. Bulldogs go with 3 receivers to the right side. Zizzers have 3 defensive backs that way. Kinslow's going to cheat that way as well. Nobody covering the middle man. Somebody better get there because they're going to throw it to him. Hounsett, inside handoff to the big guy in the backfield. That's Mack, and he's going to get ball on the ground. What are they going to waste? Zizzer's got that one. Fumble on the play. Zizzer there by the Zizzer defense to get that ball out, and the Zizzers have it 1st and 10 off the Bulldog 17, 16-yard line, and it's a 1st and 10 West Plains.
First down brought to you by Wiles Abstract and Title on the Square West Plains. You have a choice. Choose Wiles. Congratulations, Connor Lair, on the fumble recovery that time, and West Plains comes up with a big takeaway. We've had a few interceptions, but that's a big takeaway for West Plains.
Big takeaway because you're in the red zone on the other team's end. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Zizzers come out in those white uniforms. We talked a little bit about that offensive line. Greg Sanders, what do you say, buddy? Zizzers have it 1st and 10 at the 16. Zizzers go to a balance line, tight end left side. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers right. They're going to send Miller in motion. Think maybe jet sweep, maybe no, they're going to fake it. Kinslow runs into his own offensive lineman, bounces outside, gets to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 10. That's a pickup of 6, and it's 2nd down and 4.
He turned what was going to be a small gain into a much better gain, and his athletic ability, again, to keep banging that drum. But Dagan Kinslow really adds to this offense with not just his ability to throw the ball downfield once in a while, but, man, his legs are a real weapon.
He's 6'2", 186 on the program, and he is an athlete. Seeley in the backfield, unbalanced line left side. They're going to run to the left side with Seeley this time, and this time the Bulldogs figured that out. They saw the unbalanced line. They shifted that way, and Seeley picks up 2, maybe 3, as they mark him down at the 7-yard line, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 with 11 minutes to go here in quarter number 2, and the Zizzers on top, 14-0.
All this offense looks much different than it did a couple of weeks ago at Glendale because they're doing a lot of different things. They're not just relying on Seeley left, Seeley right. They are going with different looks, different plays. A lot of different people have touched the ball tonight.
Kinslow and Seeley in the backfield. Zizzers come out with an unbalanced line to the left side. That means one tackle is shifted over to the left. 3 offensive line left, 1 offensive line right. Seeley behind that the unbalanced line. Bumps a loose. Seeley in for his 3rd touchdown from 7 yards out or 8 yards out, and that's another Zizzer score, and it makes it 20-0 in favor of West Plains.
Well, we talked about last week West Plains having trouble tackling. Boy, Rolla.
They did there.
There was a lot of matador defense going on out there when it came to trying to tackle him, and Seeley jitterbugged his way into the end zone, and now the Zizzers have put the Bulldogs in a deep hole right here, 20-0.
20-0. Thomas in to attempt the extra point. Number 15, that's Colt Hickson. He's going to hold. And number 18, I believe that's Stowers, is the long snapper. Let's get a good one here, fellas. Snaps back, kicks up. Well, that's good as gold, baby.
Oh, yeah.
21-0. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
Hi, this is Riley Brown with Equip West Plains. If you have land to take care of and you're looking for a compact or utility tractor, it just so happens that Coyote has some of the toughest, most powerful, most fuel-efficient, most technologically advanced tractors ever. If you're not familiar with Coyote, that's K-I-O-T-I, and we'd like to say hello. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, here at Lynch Equipment in West Plains. Coyote has a whole pack of models to choose from.
It's not a matter if your car breaks down or you have an accident. It's a matter of when. So when you need a reliable tow, call J&J Recovery and Towing, 256-7628. J&J Recovery and Towing answers your call 24/7, and they work fast. Whether you need to take your vehicle home, to the repair shop, dealership, or to the auto body repair shop, they can tow it for you. No job is too big or too small. J&J Recovery and Towing Service, 256-7628.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchison. Not really an onside kick, but it kind of turned out that way, but it was recovered by the Bulldogs at their own 47. So the Zizzers are not trying to hit the ball deep, and they're giving the Bulldogs good field position, even though they lead 21-0 with 10:21 to go here in quarter number 2. Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
First down brought to you by Zizzer, Buggy Bath, and Coin Laundry. Drop off your laundry. They'll do everything but put it away. Call Reed Grigsby. He'll take care of that.
They'll do that for you. Bulldogs have it. 3 receivers over here in front of their bench, wide to the left side. They fake the throw. They're going to hand off up the middle. That's Ray, number 25. Ray's the big guy. He's 220. Got him listed, or 215, 6'1". 215, picks up 2, brings up 2nd down and 8, and the Zizzer defense up front doing a good job of keeping things in contention.
Malachi Ray has only handled the ball just a couple of times tonight. But like Paul says, he's big enough to go to work. He's a big, stout lad back there in the backfield.
Anthem going to call for the ball. Real Bulldogs. They're going to give it to Ray up the middle again. This time he picks up a few more, make it 4 as he gets into the Zizzer territory. Down to the 47-yard line, so that's a pickup of 4, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 to go for the Bulldogs from the Zizzer 46-yard line. Zizzer defense needs to step up right here. Sebastian, we need you to get deep into the backfield and get a tackle. 3rd and 3. Zizzers with 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Looks like they're going to send Seeley. Seeley wants all balls on the ground, but it's picked up by Ray, and he's hit dropped short of the first down. He picked up 2, needed 3, so it's going to be 4th and 1 from the 44, Harlan. Here's another big play right here.
I think that was supposed to be a direct snap to the running back, but it was between the running back and the quarterback, so that didn't help. Now it's 4th and 1. They're down, they being Rolla down 21-0, going to go for it with 1 yard to go.
8:50 to go first quarter. Shotgun formation, so there's no quarterback sneak here. Snap back. Ray throws it over the middle, incomplete, and that's going to be another turnover on downs. And once again, I'm going to question that call. You got a guy that's 215 pounds. He picked up yards, and you got to get a yard, and you're throwing a quick slant. But I don't care. Zizzers have it 1st and 10 with 8:37 to go in the second quarter, and they have the football and a chance to put more on the board.
First down brought to you by West Plains Lock and Key, where tradition meets technology. That was a head-scratcher right there.
Yes,
I would have bet all of Jim Lambert's money that was going to be a running playoff tackle.
And you know why I question that call? Because I've been out of coaching for 25-plus years.
Oh, yeah. Now you know how the other half.
Yeah, that's right. Kinslow. A lot of people question my calls when I was coaching. Kinslow back there. Snap. Seeley left side. Cuts it up. Oh, hit hard, but spins out. Picks up 3. Maybe just 2. Thank you. And it's 2nd down and 8 from the 46.
Boy, from the way that play, they're really keen on Seeley.
Yes, they are.
And the ball goes toward him, and he goes one way or the other. They really shift. So to me, this is setting up a reverse or a boot.
I was going to say, a fake handoff to Seeley. Kinslow goes the other direction with the guard in front of him. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Seeley in the backfield by himself with Kinslow. Sanders with the snap. They give it to Seeley. They fake to Seeley. The ball's on the ground, and the Bulldogs got it. They were going to do just what we said. They wanted to fake Seeley to the right. Kinslow wanted to go left, but he forgot the ball, and the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at the Zizzer 42-yard line.
And a first down is brought to you by Steak and Shake. Drive-through for fresh-made steak burgers and shakes at Steak and Shake of West Plains. Well, there's a turnover, and now this gives with 7:46 to go in the half. They get the football back pretty much the same place they just gave it up.
They just gave it up. Now they got it back. They got a 1st and 10. They're going to send 3 receivers to the left side. That's the wide side of the field. 1 receiver to the right side. He's man-to-man. Zizzer's in a 2-deep zone. They're going to send Ray back to the inside on motion. He sets up. Now we're going to have the jet sweep fake. They got
motion.
He was going towards the line of scrimmage, but no flag, and the quarterback's got a lot of room to run. But Seeley made a nice tackle. What could have been a very big play turns into only a gain of 6. As Harlan, there was a lot of room out there to the right side that time.
If you're watching this after the fact, I want you to back that up and watch it again and tell me if he was not turned running upfield well before the ball was snapped.
He had that looked kind of like the CFL. Canadian Football League, and it's not acting.
And if it looks like the CFL, it's illegal
in the AFL, in the high school. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Ray, up the middle. He gets pounded at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about 2. They're going to mark him at the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 from the 35. 6:57 to go in the second quarter. Zizzers have a 21-0 lead here in Rolla. Of course, the Zizzers will be at home next week as they take on
Camdenton,
the always tough Camdenton Lakers, who have got to be kicking themselves as they're 0-2 going into tonight's ball game.
You see my old friend Bob Shore. He'll be there.
He'll be there. I guarantee you that. Townsend. And, there's a motion. They called that one as the tight end, number 83, jumped way ahead of time. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So instead of 3rd and 3, they're going to have 3rd and 8 from the 40 now.
That's some hard keys right there because Rolla, I mean, realistically, they need to get back in the football game. They needed to do something with this opportunity, but that's not going to help their cause. Now West Plains can maybe tee it up a little bit and come after them pretty hard, 3rd down and long.
3rd down and long, 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Zizzers crowd the line of scrimmage.
Wow. 9 people.
Throw over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. He had the 1st and 10 and more, and he decided to run before he caught it, and the ball hits the ground, and now it's 4th and 8 from the 40-yard line, and the Bulldogs, they they've kind of beat themselves so far this evening with the turnover down in the end zone, down on their end of the field, and then the drop pass and the interception and the fumble, and Zizzers love it. They lead 21-0. Bulldogs going to go for it on 4th and 8. I bet if they throw this one,
I would bet.
They're going to roll to the left side. That's Harlan's favorite play.
That's a hold.
It was a tackle. It wasn't a hold. It was a tackle. They completion out there to the left flat down to the 26-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
First down brought to you by Newberry Floors and More high-quality flooring with installers on staff. That way, like you said, you're right. It was
Garrett Brown was tackled by the offensive tackle on the left side, literally tackled, and there was no flag thrown, and completed pass, and we got a 1st and 10. Now what do we got? We got official. They're looking at each other. They're going to take a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Get ready for a great night's sleep on your new Justice Metro Queen bed from Brown Furniture and Appliance. 660 coils, a full 10-year warranty, and it's only $549. And with any mattress set over $399, Brown Furniture and Appliance will give you a free mattress cover and 12 months interest-free financing with approved credit. While you're there, pick up wreath-making supplies for the fall and Christmas season. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here in Rolla, Missouri with Harlan Hutchinson. And Harlan, of course, this morning you were on the air early at 6. It's going to be a long day for you.
You bet. Well, that's all right. I'll sleep on the way home. I don't have to drive home tonight, so.
Oh, Jim the driver?
Yeah, I rode with Jim up here tonight, so.
Yeah, I only got to get to licking. That's only 35 minutes.
Why, that's nothing. You can do that in your... Well,
I do it in my sleep. Yeah. Sometimes I come to work in my sleep and go to home and sleep.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from West Plains, 27-yard line. Zizzer defense needs to step up here. Bulldogs go with 3 receivers to the right side. Zizzers crowd the line up front of those receivers. Inside pressure. They give the ball to Ray, and Ray runs over the defensive back, but he gets him down. A nice play made there by number 32. That is Landon Casey. He got run over, but guess what? He made the tackle.
He got in the way.
That's right.
And we had a missed tackle right before that. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 yards to go. And I'll go back to that 4th down they didn't make on 4th and 1 earlier. Why in the heck didn't they just give that kid the football?
Yeah. The Bulldogs come out this time with 4 receivers wide, 3 right, 1 left. Nobody in the backfield except for the quarterback. They send the man in motion. Fake the tip. Ball's on the ground. Picked up. Nice play. Zizzer's on the football. Let's see who that is. That's Sebastian Rogers.
Yep.
Number 52, our all-man everywhere defensive lineman. And the Zizzers get another turnover. And it's 1st and 10, West Plains from the 30-yard line.
First down brought to you by Current Incorporated for real fast service right to your door. Call 257-0504.
0504. I'll tell you what, there's some pretty good jingles out there. That's one of my favorites.
That one sticks with you. Boy, good play, though, by Sebastian.
Sebastian was right there, makes the play, and the Zizzers have it. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, 5:26 to go in the second quarter. Zizzers come out. They're going to put Miller in the backfield. The speedster is back there with Kinslow. Kinslow hands to Miller. He sweeps left. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and gets about 2. And that's the way you stop him, is don't let him get in the secondary. But he picks up 2, and it brings up, well, they're going to give him 3. All the way out to the 33-yard line. So that's a pickup of 3 and brings up 2nd down and 7. Clock running. 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Zizzers crowd the left side. They've got 2 receivers over to the left side in front of the Zizzer bench. That's the short side of the field. Kinslow, Seeley, left side. He cuts up the middle. Seeley's close to the first down, and with his second effort, he's going to pick it up as he crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line, and that's another Zizzer first down.
And a first down brought to you by Bureau. For anything for the office, think Bureau. Think Bureau.com. Cody Sanders and I were talking earlier today. Remember talking about Tommy Meyer, who played West Plains years ago, and we were kind of comparing he and Titus Seeley, 2 really good running backs.
Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Inside and handoff, no. He's just going to carry it. No fake, no nothing. Kinslow up the middle, picks up 4 as he gets to the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 4 and brings up 2nd down and 6 with 4:25 to go in the second quarter, and the Zizzers having a 21-0 lead. We haven't been able to say that very much this year, a 21-0 lead. In fact, that's the first time we've been able to say that all year.
But they have 51 yards to get to the end zone here, and they still have over 4 minutes to go. So there's plenty of time. If you want to run the football, you've got plenty of time to get to the end zone.
Scissors come out this time with an unbalanced line to the right. Seeley's on the left. Kinslow hands off to Seeley to the right. And guess what? The Bulldogs knew that one was coming as Seeley's packs for a 2-yard loss. And I think the Bulldogs have finally figured out this unbalanced line thing, and they're sending more men over that way.
Well, it's not on every play, but certainly on probably the last 4 or 5 runs that Seeley has had. They have really been keen on him hard. And so, like we were saying earlier, though, you've really got them set up for either a reverse or a bootleg or something like that.
Yes. 3rd down and 9. The ball's at the 42. The Zizzers have to get to the Bulldog 49. 1st and 10. Laird's in the backfield this time with Kinslow. They hand the ball to Laird, who spins to the left side. Gets outside Laird, down the sideline. Laird looks for contact, goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And Laird said, hey, I'm not going to run out. You're going to have to hit me. And they did, and there was a pretty good collision over there in front of the Zizzer bench. But he picks up the first down.
The first down is brought to you by J&J Recovery. Towing services 24/7, no job too big or too small for J&J Recovery.
Zizzers have it 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 44-yard line. Zizzers are going to a huddle. What? A huddle?
Well, once anyway.
Yeah. Okay. We don't say that very often. Kinslow, handoff, fakes. Down the sideline he looks. Pressure comes. Throw it away, buddy. There it is.
Oh.
And we're going to have a flag. Yeah. What do we got? They're going to call grounding because there was no white jerseys out here. I'll bet you. How much you want to bet? Yeah, the grounding.
That'll be a loss of down with 56 to go.
Loss of down and spot of the spot of the throw, I think. Let's see. So we got intentional grounding against West Plains. 2:56 to go in the half. The Zizzers have the football and a 21-0 lead. He did the right thing. He got rid of it. He just needed to throw it towards somebody in a white jersey.
Right. Exactly. That was the only. His decision, his process there was good, but there was no one in the neighborhood, and you're going to get flagged for that about every time.
Yeah. Because they had everybody going deep down the right sideline. One down the hash and one down the outside. 2nd down and 15. The ball back at the 50-yard line. Clock is going to be stopped because of the penalty. Kinslow's in the backfield by himself. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 receivers to the right side. Out here's Miller, the speedster. Kinslow drops the throw, looks for the screen pass. Miller has it on the slot screen. Miller down the sideline he goes. How many? Oh, he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Okay.
That's enough for a 1st and 10 as Miller, once again, just outruns everybody and gets another first down.
First down brought to you by Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949. That is a 27-yard pickup.
And that's a difference maker right there. That guy wearing number 23, when he catches the ball, he has the opportunity and the capability of making a big play. Zizzers come out this time. 2 receivers left. The H-back, number 18, that's Stowers. He's going to go left as well. And we got a timeout on the field. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
Simmons Bank is proud to support the Zizzers. Simmons believes that healthy, vibrant communities don't just happen on their own. They happen when people make investments in each other. Because we accomplish more together than we do alone. Simmons Bank, member FDIC. Simmons Bank is here for all the Zizzers. Simmons Bank takes pride in helping customers realize their dream to buy the perfect home, start a business, or save for a child's college education. Visit a branch or get more information online at simmonsbank.com. Simmons Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. 1st and 10 West Plains from the Bulldog 24. Kinslow keeps it up the middle. Kinslow breaks to the outside, cuts back against the grain. Kinslow inside the 10. down to the 8-yard line. So that's enough for another West Plains first down, and it's going to be first and goal from the 8.
That'll be a pickup of 16 more in that first down, brought to you by Monty's Outdoors. Get your official Zizzer apparel at Monty's Outdoors.
Right there in the Southern Hills Shopping Center. That's where Big Jim's a customer.
You bet.
First and goal from the 8. Zizzers have the ball on a 21-0 lead. Clock at 2:30 and stopped because of the play. Inside handoff, Seeley cuts back against the grain, run into his own offensive lineman, but still gets down to near the 3-yard line. They're going to mark him somewhere between the 3 and the 4. So that's a pickup of 4+ and brings up second and goal from the 3.5-yard line.
Real quick, we've got over 400 screens watching our football game tonight. I'm always looking to see.
Some of them I know were at Hibby's.
Well, how about in Topeka, Kansas?
Well, that's a good place.
Yeah, sure.
They got beverages in Topeka.
Mr. Becker's watching tonight in the comfort of his home. Glad to have him with us.
Second down and goal. Fake handoff. So they give the ball to Lair, and that was kind of a busted play from the beginning. Lair's going to get nowhere, so he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. That's going to bring up third and goal from about the 3.5-yard line.
That may just delay the inevitable and run more time off the clock, but here it is, third down, and West Plains will have 2 cracks to get in the end zone.
And they actually marked it down at the 2, so he did pick up a yard. Clock running at 1:20 to go in the first half. Zizzers have it, third and goal from the 2. Kinslow in the backfield with Seeley. Inside handoff, they fake the Seeley right, go left with Kinslow, and there's the play we talked about. Wide open touchdown, Kinslow from 2, and the Zizzers go on top, 27-0.
For the first time tonight, a Zizzer touchdown scored by someone not named Titus Seeley. Megan Kinslow on a 3-yard touchdown run, and it's 27-0. Hey, let's go. Let's dedicate that touchdown. Lee Allen watching in Topeka, Kansas.
Lee Allen, he used to run some cross country and track. I remember old Lee. Thomas is in to attempt the extra point. He's 1 of 2 in the effort tonight so far. Snap is good. Holds down. We got a flag on the play. It goes through the uprights, and they're going to have a legal procedure against West Plains. So he's going to have to try again from 5 yards farther back.
I've seen him score a goal in soccer from 30 yards out on a really stout kick. So he's got the leg to get it. I guess we talked about this in week 1. I guess he made one in practice around 50.
That's what I was told, that he had made one from somewhere around 50 yards, and Dr. Eagleman is behind us nodding in approval.
I feel better now because I know if Lenny agrees, and
then it's got to be right.
We're in good shape now.
Nathan Thomas to attempt this one from the 15-yard line. Nathan's in a hurry. Oh, bad snap. That one was low on the ground, and Thomas says, I'll just fall on this one. And so the bad snap costs the Zizzers one there. It's 27-0. We'll be back in a minute. Here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Pepsi Mid-America presents a tasty and downright lucrative opportunity. By simply enjoying select Pepsi Mid-America products, you could win up to $5,000 for your local participating schools. Beginning September 1st through January 31st, start collecting those teal caps from any Dr. Pepper, Crush, 7-Up, or Crisp and Clear products and help make your school shine bright with the illustrious gleam of cash money. Collect the caps from Pepsi Mid-America.
And there's a flag on the play. Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Medical Center Orthopedics is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at OMC sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletics for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. OMC hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. OMC Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Zizzer athletics.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. We got 1:05 to go, 27-0's the score. Low line drive. It's on the ground. It's going to be picked up around the 25-yard line. Bulldogs down the middle. Got a little alley. Gets it out to the 39-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with less than a minute to go in the first half.
First down brought to you by Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet. It's where you go to buy a car. And
I'll be tomorrow at 7. Come see me. I'm there at 7.
7? You're there at 7?
I'm there every day by 7, and we stay till it's time to go home.
Tonight's game being watched by, you said Rusty Butler?
Rusty Butler.
In Waterloo, Illinois.
Rusty Butler. He goes by Russell on his Facebook page.
I got you.
But Rusty was a offensive and defensive end for us way back in the good old days. Bulldogs have the ball. 1st and 10 from their own 40-39. Pressure comes. Throws in the flat. Going to be incomplete. Tended there for the wide receiver, number 9. I think that's 9. Yeah, that's Gage Jones. Throws incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 54 seconds to go in the first half. And this first half, it's not going to be 9 o'clock like it was 2 weeks ago.
Well, actually, it's closer to 9:30, I think, by the time we got ready to start the second
half. Yes, it was.
Crazy.
Bulldogs have the ball, 2nd and 10. Snap back. He looks down the field. He throws it over the middle. It's going to be off. There's a flag on the play. I think we may have a hold as Kinslow makes the interception, brings it back to the 32. But there's a little bit of laundry on the field, and they're walking towards the head official. And I think we had the Zizzers with a hold or a pass interference in the secondary. And Coach Dixon's not happy about that one. Holding. Was it holding? Yes. Holding against the West Plains Zizzers. So that'll be a mark-off from the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be another penalty against West Plains.
And it'll be a first down for Rolla. First down brought to you by West Plains Bank and Trust Company, where every customer leaves a friend. And, I mean, he threw that flag the second it was intercepted by Dagan Kinslow.
Yes. Kinslow, I thought Kinslow was the intended receiver.
I thought he was throwing the bean. I thought he was throwing the bean bag to mark where the ball was intercepted, but no, that was much worse.
That was the yellow thing.
Yeah.
Because the bean bag, I think, is black or gray. 1st and 10, the ball out to the 49-yard line. 42 seconds to go in the half. Zizzers lead 27-0. Don't want to give up points right here. Quarterback in the backfield. He's going to roll to the right side. No pressure. Ball in the flat. Caught. Cuts back up the middle. Ooh, I thought I saw a mask, but nobody else did, and that's all that counts.
They don't see much down there, do they?
I was going to say, it's got to be pretty obvious for the flag to come out. I think the Bulldogs are out of timeouts. No, they've got one left, and they're going to run a play with 20 seconds to go. Snap back, rolls to the left side, pressure. And the flat caught there, not a first down. That's going to be short. As coming up from the outside is Lair. 13 seconds to go in the first half, and I think the Bulldogs just took their last time out. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
Hi, this is Garrett at Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains. The weather is going to change soon, so get a head start and save on great steel products like the BG56 leaf blower, now only $159.99, or the BGA57 battery-powered set, now $179.99. Upgrade and save $90 on the BGA57 2-battery bundle, now just $249.99. Stop in and save today.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than a farm store.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hudson. Harlan, I'm going to give these officials credit for one thing. Our 1-minute breaks have become 30-second breaks because these guys want to get out of here.
Yeah, they want to go back home. But yeah, this is a much shorter first half than we became accustomed to in week one. But West Plains would really like to keep Rolla off the board. They have 13 seconds. Let's see if they come after the quarterback pretty hard here.
3rd down and 2, but more importantly, only 13 seconds to go in the half, and they got to go 43 yards. Quarterback drops. Pressure up the middle. Throws it down the sideline. No, just incomplete. Nice play made there by Seeley. I don't know if he got a hand on it or not. Intended there for number 7. That's Isaac Hunter. Ball's incomplete, so we got 8.5 seconds to go in the first half, and it's 4th down for the Bulldogs from the Zizzer 43-yard line.
So they'll have at least another play. If they make the first down, they'll have another shot, maybe.
Well,
they'll stop the clock.
I was going to say the clock will stop on a first down. Otherwise, it's a turnover on downs. Huntsum back to throw. Down the sideline. Got all kinds of people there, and it's going to, in and out of the hands of the wide receiver, number 27, Landon Hurts, and he had a touchdown.
Could he have thrown that a little better, you think?
I don't know if he could or not, because it hit him in the hand.
Bad play.
Yeah. And it's going to be a turnover on downs with 1.2 to go in the half. The Zizzers will have one play. And do you take a knee or do you throw it down the field?
You take a knee is what you do.
Because you're wanting to go get a glass of water.
Or something like that.
Yeah, or get rid of some water.
Yeah, or something. But it's been a heck of a first half. This has been totally dominated by West
Yes,
Plains.
West Plains has controlled the game here in the first half. We've got 1.2 seconds to go in the half, and the Zizzers have a 27-0 lead. The officials is indicating to start the play clock, but nobody's paying attention. Because he wants to run it off, and nobody's paying attention. Zizzers are going to have to run it, even though the officials want the clock to run out. Sanders is going to snap it back to Kinslow. Kinslow and Seeley in the backfield. Kinslow takes the snap.
They're
going to throw it. They throw it down the sideline. Miller, guess who? And we score. And there's another unsportsmanlike conduct. Fellas, you can't do that. The pass is complete. The touchdown is good. But the unsportsmanlike conduct, well, the second half kickoff is going to come from the 20-yard line as Miller just got the ball from 57 yards out, and the Zizzers go up by a score of 33-0. No time on the clock as Miller literally ran by everybody and scored on a 57-yard bomb.
That ball was really thrown out there in front of him, and not many players can turn it up and hit that passing gear and catch up to the ball, but Heston Miller did that. 57-yard touchdown.
So the now, that should have been a score.
Well, at Glendale it was.
It was at Glendale, but they're going to say it's not here. So we'll just go with that. Zizzers have a mistake at the end of the first half. It's 20. Oh, no. Now they say it is 33. We don't get to take the extra point. Well, we'll just kind of have to wait and see what happens in the second half. We got a 33 or a 26-0 ball game, or 27-0 or 33-0. We don't know, but we'll be back in 2 minutes with a halftime here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Ozark Hills Insurance at 257-1285. 4 locations: West Plains, Thayer, Gainesville, Mountain Home.
Steak and Shake now has homemade ice cream and homemade whipped cream too. So the best shakes in town just got better. And this allows for all your favorite shakes to be made lightning fast. The ice cream is homemade, the whipped cream is homemade, and now the faster times get you through the drive-thru quicker than ever. Get the Steak and Shake today for all your favorites, and don't forget the shake made with homemade ice cream and whipped cream. Steak and Shake, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week in West Plains.
Heart of the Ozarks Medical Equipment announces a new product line for preventative health. WellU products are now available at home. WellU specializes in oxygen and vital signs monitors that you can use in your home. These portable monitors check your oxygen saturation and vital signs and have Bluetooth technology that will sync with any mobile device, tablet, PC, or laptop. Keep healthy and check out these affordable monitors at home. 1703 West 8th Street in West Plains. Welcome home. If you're catching up on projects around the home or farm, it might be a good time to check the tread on your car or truck tires. Wilbanks Tire in West Plains are the tire guys that can get you set up with new tread at a price you can afford. Remember, when you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you get free rotation of your tires for the life of the tires. So once a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you'll always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Price, quality, and service, all at Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street, West Plains.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
all night back here at halftime. The Zizzers lead. We figured it out. Well, I shouldn't say we figured it out. Somebody has, because it's still 27-0. West Plains on top, as that touchdown at the end of the first half was nullified because of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as Miller was going in the end zone. He was turned around pointing at the Rolla players. You just can't do that because they're going to get you. Zizzers lead 27-0 at half. Sealy, let's go review quickly the scoring. Sealy scored with 10:17 to go in the first quarter on a 34-yard run. The kick was blocked, and the Zizzers lead 6-0. Then with 4:13 to go in the first quarter, Sealy on a 16-yard run. Miller ran it in for the extra point, and it was 14-0. In the second quarter, with 10:23 to go, Sealy from 8 yards out. Thomas kicked the extra point, 21-0 West Plains. Then with 1:05 to go in the half, Kinslow on a 2-yard run. The kick failed because of a bad snap, and it's 27-0 here at halftime. Our halftime guest tonight is assistant principal at the high school, Mr. Lenny Eagleman. And Lenny, it's been kind of an interesting beginning to the school year, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Definitely a beginning. Interesting beginning. I'm really proud that we did try to go full-time face-to-face. We're dealing with it just like all the other Ozark Conference schools. We're trying to figure some things out. I think we've had a few positive cases, but our real problem is the kids that are around those kids
are quarantined.
And that's
and they don't feel like they've done anything wrong.
And honestly, they probably haven't.
Yeah.
So we're looking at going the hybrid model, which we're going to start on Monday. Kids will come in, a certain group. A group will be Monday and Wednesday, and our B group will be Tuesday and Thursday. Friday, everybody's on virtual. Our teachers will have office hours and do Google Meet with all of our students and have different times that they can be a help to our students, give them the help they need to get through what everybody's probably thinking is a real trying time.
Well, I was going to say, I know we talked to Dr. Wilson the first game of the year, and that was after the first week, and there was a little concern because of some positive cases that Friday, which forced a long weekend, as she put it, getting ready for week 2, and then, of course, the plan came up week 2 where you're going to go week 2, and then week 3 we're going to get off, and we're going to set it up for some virtual learning starting in week 4.
Yeah, our teachers have been working really hard.
Well, I know the parking lot's been full. There's been a lot of cars over there.
There's been a lot of cars. And our teachers have worked really hard preparing this week. It's exciting to get our kids back into the building, whether it's half of them or, which is what we're going to be doing, is only having half at a time. And that should allow us the space. Our cafeteria is not quite as big as we need. And now that we only have half the students in there at each lunch period, we should be able to, Mr. Hedden and I worked on it all week this week. We're able to get them 6 feet apart.
Well, as I was going to say, I know, it's unfortunate that we've got to go through this, but we do. I mean, it's part of life right now. And
it's the world we live in.
It's the world we live in right now until they find a vaccine and a cure for those who've got it, rather than just hoping that you get better.
Yeah, let it run its course.
Yeah, let it run its course. But like I said, on the same token, it seems like, and Harlan and I were talking about it earlier, the fact that the younger generation is not affected as nearly as bad because they may get it and they may be able to spread it, but they don't have the problems that the olders do or the really younger ones do.
And our teachers, we've had a few teachers and staff and administrators have had it, and it goes through you. It gets you down. And you're right. I think the younger the students, they may have it and may be asymptomatic or may even have some symptoms, but it just doesn't seem to. And a lot of the research is showing that as well. I know our elementary, we've had a few issues there, but not near as many as we've had at the high school.
Yeah. Well, you talk a little bit about that, but on the same token, there's some positives come out of that, and one of them's right here.
Yeah.
We're still got athletics. I know the boys soccer team's in Springfield. Because I know Coach Simpkins has he's up there being an administrator up there, and then of course the volleyball tournament tomorrow at the Zizzer showdown, and so I mean, not everything's the same, but a lot of things are. I mean, so it's not near as bad as people want to make it.
And I know, talking with teachers and parents and even our students, they want things to get back to normal. But I always try to tell them things aren't going to go back to the way that it was.
No.
Our new normal is going to be something totally different.
Yeah. You're going to have to get used to the new normal. Yeah. The new normal hasn't come here yet.
No. So.
And you talked a little bit about the new normal and the fact that you've got the virtual learning and you've got 2 days a week. And, you know, I hate to say this, but it's kind of like going to college.
Yep.
You know, you go to class 2 days a week and you work
online
on
the other 3.
You work online the other 3, and you do the homework that's assigned to you, and you come back in on Monday. You better be ready on Wednesday because you're going to have more stuff on Thursday and Friday to do.
Oh yeah, and our teachers have worked hard to pace their lessons and to get everything ready for when our kids do come back Monday. And our staff's really excited to get our kids back in the building. One thing that our staff always emphasizes, and it's not necessarily the curriculum or what we're teaching, it's building those relationships with those kids. Our teachers miss the kids being in the building just to be able to talk with them and interact with them and have a good time with them and enjoy their company and build those relationships.
Well, and on the same token, Lanny, you know as well as I do as a former teacher, and you're a teacher and an administrator now, but kids like a little system. They like a little bit of structure.
Yeah.
They like to have somebody telling them what they need to do rather than, you know, they say they want freedom and all this kind of stuff, and they do, but they still want a direction to go and somebody to lead them that way, and the West Plains staff does that.
That's absolutely, and I love the climate culture in all of our buildings. We work really hard as a district to make sure our kids are taken care of, no matter transportation, our bridges program, our we're starting lunches.
Free lunch for everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Starting Monday. And that'll run through Christmas break, or to Christmas break before we go on Christmas break. So we just want to take care of our kids, and we're ready for them to get back.
And like I said, you know, education has changed a bunch over the last 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've been out for 30 years, and it's a lot different now than when I was teaching and coaching. But on the same token, it's still providing an opportunity for kids to excel. Mm-hmm. And that's what West Plains tries to do. And for the most part, it does a pretty good job of it.
I think we do. I'm really proud of our staff. I'm proud of our district. I'm proud of our board. They listen to our administration. They listen to our teachers. And they listen to our community. And they do what's best for our kids.
Well, and you talked a little bit about the board, and one of the things we talked with Dr. Wilson, the fact that with the 5 surrounding rural schools and then the West Plains Elementary, you've got more than one board that you kind of have to. Yep. You don't have to appease, but you have to listen. But you have because those kids that live out at the end of the Glenwood School District, they're 20 miles away, but they're still West Plains students.
They're going to be Zizzers when it's all said and done.
And you've got to take care of those kids just as well as you do the guy that walks across the street to the high school.
Absolutely.
And you talk a little bit about the fact that changes are coming, and you want to get back to normalcy, and some of the things that is the extracurricular activities, not just sports, but the band. I know there was a nice piece on KY3 about the choir and the band and the preparation for competitions and things like that, and the social spacing, and of course our music program, our speech and debate program, and all the things that go on over there is an important part to a lot of those kids.
It is important to a lot of kids, and for a lot of kids, that's their hook into school.
Yeah, that gives them a grounding.
Yes, and I'll tell you, when I was in school, and several years ago, had it not been for sports, I probably would have graduated, but I wouldn't have done some of the things I got to do.
Well, and you and I both know that kids that are involved in extracurricular activities, and I'm not talking just athletics, but if they're involved in extracurricular activities, they are usually better students, more involved in what's going on, and their grades are very, very, very good. And they're also have an opportunity to go to college with a little bit of assistance.
They do.
And you talk a little bit about assistance. We're going to be back in 2 minutes with more here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Home of the Bailey faction.
And after
after the Friday night football game, breaking news, Bailey Chevrolet now offers Saturday service for you, our customers. Call or come by and make your Saturday oil change appointment now. The Bailey service team is waiting for you.
Call 469-3111. Bailey team is gonna get it done.
The heart of the Ozarks lies within each one of us, taking care of one another. Show me your heart by protecting yourself and others. Mask Up Ozarks. Brought to you by your neighbors at Burton Creek Rural Clinic, City of West Plains, Howell County Health Department, Missouri State University West Plains, Ozarks Medical Center, Southern Missouri Health Care Center, West Plains Schools, and the Ozark Marketing Company.
It won't be long until temperatures start falling, and we'll be kicking on the heat at night. So, is your furnace ready? Give Current Incorporated a call today. They'll make sure your system is ready to go so you aren't left in the cold. If you're needing a new heating and cooling system, Current is your local York dealer. Give them a call today.
Real fast service right to your door. Call 257-0504. 257-0504.
Not many businesses have lasted 60 years. One that has stood the test of time is West Plains Propane. 60 years in West Plains and now 6 in Gainesville. Yeah, they're doing something right. They have fuel pumps pumping diesel and gasoline at 508 Lincoln and North Highway 63 in West Plains. They deliver propane, gas, and diesel in South Central Missouri. West Plains Propane keeps you on your way and fuels your needs. West Plains Propane for over 60 years.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Full night back here at halftime with Zizzers lead by a score of 27-0 here at half, and our halftime guest is Lenny Eagleman, who's an assistant principal over at the high school. And Lenny, before we let you go, I just want to talk a little bit about the administration at the high school. I know there's yourself, and then let's start at the top. Who's in charge?
Matthew Orchard. The last few years, Matthew's been an assistant at the elementary for a few years. Last couple of years, he was an assistant at the middle school, and he's now our principal at the high school.
And he's in charge of making sure everything goes like it's supposed to.
Yes, he is.
And then you got the assistant principal. I know what your job is.
Yes, it is.
You control the hallways.
Yeah, well, me and Mr. Haddon, we roam the hallways.
Yeah.
And actually, the last couple of weeks with just the way we started, been a kind of good because at the beginning of school you don't have a lot of issues with discipline and things like that, and of course with the week off.
Yeah.
Off. For he and I, it was probably actually we worked pretty hard too, but our staff worked really hard.
Well, and on the same token, with half the students there'll be less of those situations that arise because of a discipline problem and things like that.
And that will allow Mr. Orchard, Mr. Haddon, and myself to get into the classrooms more and help teachers any way we can. We're fortunate that we have a couple of instructional coaches in our district. One works with the elementary and the lower middle school, then another one works with the 7th and 8th grade and on up into the high school. So any of our new teachers, they have support, not only from the administration, but also from instructional coaches about new procedures and new things that are coming down the road for our students and how to help them, especially this time when we're trying to do things on the virtual
Well, I was
side.
going to say the virtual learning, which is becoming, obviously is not just in West Plains, but across the country. And in fact, some schools have gone strictly virtual learning because they don't want to expose any exposure to the virus and a possibility of somebody catching it. But on the same token, it's a situation where you as administrators, few more hours. Yeah.
I went to Waynesville last night as supervised softball. I actually drove the bus as well.
Well, I was going to say, you drove the bus tonight, too.
I did drive the bus up here tonight, too. And then tomorrow I go back to Springfield for soccer. And then Monday night I'll be back up here for football. So
your day starts early and ends late.
Ends late.
Yeah.
I sleep hard when I sleep.
Yeah. Lanny, we appreciate you coming up here at halftime and spending a little time with us and kind of pass along a little information that people need to know about West Plains R7 and the high school situation and the problems that have occurred because of Everybody knows about it. Well, Corona 19 or whatever, COVID-19. Everybody knows it, and unfortunately, it's not going anywhere in the near future. We don't see.
We just need to work through it, deal with it, and do the best we can for our kids.
Lanny, thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be back in 2 minutes with the second half here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
It is time to visit Newberry's Floors and More in downtown West Plains, formerly Butler Carpet. Newberry's has tile, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and planks to complete the room of your dreams. Take a look at your floors. They need attention. Call Newberry's 417-255-0088. Free estimates are available and they have installers on staff. Head to Cass Avenue in downtown West Plains. Newberry's Floors and More. 417-255.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see the windshield or the wind in your hair on your first road trip? Do you see headlights or the way your family's faces light up as you pull into the driveway? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Talk to me, State Farm agent Justin Shelby in West Plains at 417-256-3434, in Houston at 417-967-4152.
Owning your home or farm is an American dream. Wiles Abstract and Title help you accomplish that dream by having expanded services to make buying or selling real estate electronic signatures, which limits the number of physical signatures needed.
This is Ashley Matajak at Wiles Title. Buying and selling real estate is an exciting time. Don't let the stress overwhelm you. Choose Wiles Title and let us take care of it for you. It's your choice. Choose Wiles Abstract and Title on the Square, downtown West Plains.
The heart of the Ozarks lies within each one of us, taking care of one another. Show me your heart by protecting yourself and others. Mask Up Ozarks. Brought to you by your neighbors at Burton Creek Rural Clinic, City of West Plains, Howell County Health Department, Missouri State University West Plains, Ozarks Medical Center, Southern Missouri Healthcare Center, West Plains Schools, and the Ozark Marketing Company.
Back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul and I back here with Harlan Hudson. We've got about a minute 10 to go until I think the mandatory warm-up hadn't been put on the clock yet. But anyway, we got the Zizzers up in front 27-0. Even though we scored with no time to go in the second half, and I never did get an explanation that, but I thought that would be a touchdown and then
penalized later.
Huh? Penalized after because that's the way it happened in Glendale and maybe the guys at Glendale had it wrong. I don't know, but two different times, two different penalties, two different results. But the Zizzers lead 27-0 here at Rolla. And Harlan, we talked about the fact Zizzers had to get out to a fast start, and they did that as they scored the very first time they touched the ball, drove down the field, scored with less than a minute and a half or a minute 50 to go in the first quarter. Right? Yeah, I mean, they had the ball for less than 2 minutes, got a touchdown. So it's gone well for West Plains, and the Bulldogs have helped us a little bit.
Right. Seeley, first quarter. Seeley, Kinslow, the second quarter. West Plains has been very consistent. I believe we punted the ball one time.
And it was a good one.
And in general, defensively, have done a very good job. Rolla has really not put together a threatening drive. I mean, they've been across the 50 a few times, but by and large, this game has been dominated on both sides of the football by West Plains.
They put the 3-minute mandatory warm-up on the clock. The officials have started that. So we've got 3 minutes till the kickoff, so we'll take 2 of that to let you listen to some of our sponsors here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Get up to $200 total cash back on Goodyear tire rebates. Get up to $100 back plus an added bonus of up to $100 more when you use the Goodyear card. Contact Don's Auto Service for more details.
More than just a tire store. Don's Auto Service.
Hi, this is Riley Brown with Lynch Equipment in West Plains. Ever do research about Coyote tractors on the internet? There are a lot of very satisfied Coyote owners out there. That's because Coyote strives to deliver the highest quality tractors at the very best price. Not only that, but Coyote's and lunch equipment after-sales service and support is the best in the industry. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, here at Lunch Equipment in West Plains. For most people, it's where the search for the perfect tractor ends.
It's not a matter if your car breaks down or you have an accident. It's a matter of when. So when you need a reliable tow, call J&J Recovery and Towing, 256-7628. J&J Recovery and Towing answers your call 24/7, and they work fast. Whether you need to take your vehicle home, to the repair shop, dealership, or to the auto body repair shop, they can tow it for you. No job is too big or too small. J&J Recovery and Towing Service, 256-7628.
Hey gang, Ned Reynolds for Taylor Gruball Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains. There are many reasons why you should buy your next car from Taylor Gruball. Like their salespeople, they're not paid on commission, they're paid on customer satisfaction. And Taylor's best price is online and on each vehicle. Find new roads at Taylor Gruball Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in West Plains.
It's where to go and buy your car. Great service and best price by far. In West Plains, Mo, it's where we are. Taylor Gruball Chevrolet in West Plains.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hudson. We're about to have the second half kickoff. The Zizzer's going to be kicking it away as they lead 27-0 here from Rolla, Missouri, where the Bulldogs have given the Zizzers a couple of big breaks on some fumbles, and the Zizzers have taken advantage of some points. And actually, Harlan, we should have a few more up there.
Probably should. Again, the mystery of whether or not that last touchdown should have counted on an unsportsmanlike conduct call is kind of beside the point now, and West Plains will kick the ball off when we're only 8 points away from the turbo clock kicking in here.
That's right.
In the second half, so we'll see how that pans out. But all in all, one thing, Paul, the West Plains has answered the question: are they a team that just is going to play to the level of the team they play? They've dominated the first half of this football game.
They have dominated this half of the football game. Next week, of course, they'll be at home. They're going to take on the Camden and Lakers. Game time's at 7. And unfortunately, if you don't have a ticket, you ain't getting in. So Make sure you tune in and listen to Harlan and Reed. Watch it on the live streaming on Facebook and on the website.
And tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, Big Jim will be over there at the Civic Center for the Zizzer Volleyball Showdown. West Plains and Willow play the 9 o'clock match. And, again, that's going to be limited as to who can get in. So you can watch it on Facebook and also watch it on OzarkRadioNews.com. Live video stream of that. Volleyball tomorrow morning, West Plains and Willow starting at 9.
Thomas to kick it away from the 40-yard line. So no extension of no penalty being marked off. Line drive hits one of the Rolla players. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be covered by the Bulldogs at the 40-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 40.
And that first down is brought to you by Butler Heating and Air, building lasting relationships one customer at a time at Butler Heating and Air on the North Bypass across from the Heart of the Ozarks Fairgrounds. Here we go. Let's see if West Plains can tee it up and get started fast like they did in the first half.
Bulldogs have the football thrown 40-yard line. The quarterback, number 11, Adam Hounsome. And back there along with him, number 25, that's the big running back, that's Ray. Now they're going to send another guy back there with him as well. And he's going to get the football. Number 10 to step back in the backfield, and that is Hayden Fain. And Fain picks up 5 out to the 45-yard line, so that's a pickup of 5 and brings up a second down and 5.
That was as close to a team lining up in the old Nebraska Power I as you'll probably ever see in this current day and age.
The what they call the shotgun formation. Quarterback and the running back. 2 receivers. They're going to bring the tailback in again. They're going to run the same play only to the right side, and this time he gets nowhere as the West Plains defensive line led by their number 52, Sebastian Rogers, along with number 3. We haven't called his name much. That's Gabe's 5'2", made a nice play that time for the West Plains up front.
Gabe has really played well here early in the season. And on the other side of things, you have Garrett Drown playing on a great game last week.
3rd down and 5 from the 45-yard line. Bulldogs with 2 receivers, one on each side of the formation. They fake. They throw the out pattern. It's going to be caught, but unfortunately he's going to be a half a yard or a yard short. Actually, he's going to be 2 yards short as they mark him at the 48-yard line. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 2 for the Bulldogs from their own 48. Let's see what they do here.
It looks to me like they're going to go for it.
Well, I think they're going to go for it, but what are they going to do? They're going to look over to the sideline, play clock at 20. No rush there. They're going to go 2 receivers, 1 right, 1 left, single setback. Zizzers crowd the line of scrimmage.
9 people on the line pretty much.
Yes.
8.
1 safety. They blitz both backers. Play up the middle, and he breaks it. That's Ray, and he crosses the 40 down to the 39-yard line, so that's a big play. And that wasn't Ray, that was Fain. Hayden Fain, number 10, picks up the 1st and 10.
Well, there, a first down, by the way, brought to you by Bailey Chevrolet GMC, home of the Bailey Factory in beautiful downtown Willow Springs. Come see Johnny Newcar, Car Universe. That was the case where they blitzed and the running back ran right
by him.
Yep.
1st and 10 at the Zizzer 39-yard line. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Zizzer's still on top, 27-zip. I formation, inside handoff. May have been a little forward movement, but these guys are not going to throw a bunch of flags unless it's obvious to them. Even though it's obvious to us, it's got to be obvious to them. Pick up a 2. They're going to mark him down at the 42-yard line, so it brings up 2nd down and 8 from the Zizzer 42. Zizzer's in the 4-man defensive line, 2 linebackers. That's Seeley and Lair. They're chasing the ball all over the place. 4 defensive backs. One of them's Kinslow. He's crowding the line of scrimmage as a strong safety. He's coming on a blitz. They hand the ball to Ray. Ray tries to cut outside. Nice tackle made there by number 24, Ground. You just talked about him. And he makes the tackle for no gain, and it brings up 3rd down and 8 from the 42.
Not only playing well on the defensive side, last week had to spell Titus Seeley at running back for a little while and looked fantastic.
Number 24, that's Garrett Drown, Jr., outside linebacker, 6 foot, 195. Bulldogs on 3rd and 8. Send a man across the formation. I think he just went to the wrong spot. Now he gets set. Single setback. Quarterback looks left, hands right, inside draw or reverse.
That's holding. Good grief, he tapped it.
He finally, they both threw that flag, and that's going to be a hold against the Bulldogs, even though they picked up the 1st down. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and that'll take the ball back to about the 38-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and 8 again. Number 15 is saying, I had my hands in here.
You won. Gage Klossner is called for the holding penalty on Heston Miller around the left corner. Remember the old tearaway jerseys that you see?
Oh, yeah. Heston needed one that time.
Heston would not have had a shirt on had it been a tearaway jersey because Klossner just had it, both hands fistful of his jersey at the shoulder pad area.
So the penalty is going to be against the Bulldogs. That's a 10-yard spot from the foul. Marks it all back to the original line of scrimmage. So that play really just didn't count. It's still 3rd down and 8 from the 38-yard line. All right, make it 3rd and 9 because they got to get to the 29 for a 1st and 10. Bulldogs come out on a 3rd and 9. The ball at the Zizzer 38-yard line. 2 receivers the right side. Zizzer's got to adjust defensively. Kinslow drops at the free safety. They're going to go to unbalanced line defensively. Rolls to the right side. Pressure coming from Lair. Oh! And there's going to be a flag. That's a late hit on Lair. And that was a nice defensive play by the defensive back, number 45. That is Tristan Clark. But unfortunately, in the backfield, there's a yellow flag as Lair hit the quarterback after he threw the ball, and that's going to be 15 yards and a Bulldog 1st down.
First down brought to you by Hirsch Feed, more than a farm store. I was looking downfield, so I didn't see it. Was it a personal foul?
It was a little late. I'll give him credit. He hit him a little late, and he did get his dollar's worth. He got his dollar's worth.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. The ball's going to be spotted now at the Zizzer 23-yard line, so that 15-yard penalty gives the Bulldogs a 1st and 10 at the Zizzer 23. 8:15 to go in the third quarter, and this may be the closest the Bulldogs have gotten to the Zizzer goal line all night long.
You know, Rolla scored 8 points opening week against Bolivar. Then they scored 42 against Glendale. So they've been in the end zone a little bit, but they have not been close to the end zone tonight. West Plains has held them back, but now on the march with 8:14 to go in the third.
Receiver to the wide side of the field, receiver to the short side. The ball's on the left hash. Quarterback and Ray are in the backfield. Handsome. Now he calls back number 10, Fane. They're going to fake. They're going to throw down the sideline. Man's wide open, and that time he didn't drop it. And that's a touchdown as the Bulldogs get in the end zone as number 7 is on the receiving end of that one, and that's Isaac Hunter on the 23-yard pass. So the Bulldogs are on the board with 8:04 to go in quarter number 3.
Well, the roughing the passer call.
Yes,
ended up
big play there.
Costing the Zizzers a touchdown, and now Rolla gets on the board. It's 27-6.
Hunter on the receiving end of the 23-yard pass. Bulldogs going to attempt the extra point. They're going to try to kick it. Into kicks number 15. I didn't look at that, but that's good. So we got a 27-7 ball game. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Steak and Shake now has homemade ice cream and homemade whipped cream too. So the best shakes in town just got better. And this allows for all your favorite shakes to be made lightning fast. The ice cream is homemade, the whipped cream is homemade, and now the faster times get you through the drive-thru quicker than ever. Get the Steak and Shake today for all your favorites, and don't forget the shake made with homemade ice cream and whipped cream. Steak and Shake, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week in West Plains.
And there's a flag on the play. Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Medical Center Orthopedics is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at OMC sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletics for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. OMC hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. OMC Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Zizzer athletics.
Now it's more Zizzer football excitement on Hot Country KDY.
All night back here with Harlan Hutchinson. The Bulldogs are going to kick away from the 40-yard line. And Harlan, if you're on the Zizzer sideline, are you thinking this might be an onside?
I'm pretty convinced of it, actually.
I was going to say, I'm thinking guys on the front line better be ready because this last time he hit a line drive right off of one of the Zizzers. But no, it's going to be a high kick. It's going to come to Drown at the 10. Drown has it up the middle. He sees an alley. Drown across the 35, across the 40. Drown still on his feet. Ball's on the ground. No, that's a helmet that's on the ground. Out to the 45-yard line. A nice run back by Drown as he loses it. And it's 1st and 10 West Plains at their own 44.
First down brought to you by Don's Auto Service. More than just a tire store, for sure, at Don's Auto Service. What? From the time that for his first initial contact, he picked up 12. He picked up at least 12 yards. Yeah, what a good return.
1st and 10 for the West Plains Zizzers as their first chance in the second half. 7:54 to go in the third quarter. It's 27-7. Zizzers on top. Zizzers have the ball and a 20-point lead.
Are you tempted to play action and throw another bomb like you did in the first
and tell Miller not to turn around and point at him?
Right.
Kinslow, inside handoff, they fake. He keeps it, and he's going to lose 3 back to the 46-yard line as the Bulldogs had that smelled out. And we were talking about that earlier, Harlan, the fact that fake to Seeley going one way, Kinslow go the other way. It didn't work that time.
Nope. They were playing run straight up.
Yep.
On that play.
Loss of 2, so it's 2nd down and 12. Ball now at the 43-yard line. Second down and 12, West Plains. Miller and Hickson wide to the right side. Kinslow calls for the ball. And now they look at their watch or their playbook or their play wrist to see what the play's supposed to be. They give to Seeley. Seeley's going to run into a bunch of guys in red jerseys. And the second half has been all red uniforms as Seeley picks up 2. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Zizzers from their own 44-yard line.
Blocking not very good the last 2 plays. That time Seeley tried to go right after going left the first time with Kinslow. And not much there. And Rolla is just coming after him. I mean, they're
bringing 8.
They're bringing 8 in the box. And that's hard to run. I mean, you're outnumbered in that particular case. So the only thing to do is maybe raise up and throw the ball downfield here.
They're going to send Miller out wide to the left side. 2 receivers both directions. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. Kinslow's going to run it up the middle, and he's not going to get much as he gets across the 45 to the 47. But that'll bring up a 4th down and about 8 to go for West Plains. And the Bulldogs sideline is getting a little fired up over here.
Well, they should be, and that was not a very imaginative position that time for West Plains.
4th and about 8. Zithers keep the offensive unit on the field, but that's not unusual because Kinslow's the punter.
We're down under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And the Zizzers look like they're going to go for it unless they want to let the play clock wind down and maybe take a 5-yard penalty and then kick it away.
Trying to drop him offside here.
In the secondary. Calls for the snap. He drops back to throw. Inside screen. Seeley's got it. Seeley's got a sprint to the sideline. He's got the first down and more. Big play by Seeley right there. He broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage. And Harlan, that was a big one. That was a big play right there for the West Plains Zizzers. That's a 1st and 10.
About 13-yard gain. First down brought to you by Justin Shelby State Farm. Here to help life go right. I'd say that a very unimaginative possession to that point. That was very good imagination.
The Bulldogs were blitzing, and they called the blitz or the Zizzers caught them in the blitz through the screen pass where they were coming. 1st and 10 at the 40. Kinslow calls for the ball. Inside handoff, Seeley, right side, nothing. Bulldogs are starting to fill them holes. That was led there by number 99. That's Brock Owens, sophomore, 275, 6'2", and he was in the backfield in a hurry that time.
He was mobile and hostile right there. He made a really good play, and they're really playing tough up front for Rolla right now.
Zizzers are going to huddle up again. This is the second huddle of the game. Letting that clock run, baby. Ball control. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Zizzers on top, 27-7. Sequoia Coates playing that left offensive tackle. I don't think I've talked enough about him this evening. In high snap, Kinslow going to go right behind Coates. He's into the secondary. Kinslow still running down to the 20-yard line and 20-yard pickup, and it looked like it was going to be a 2-yard loss.
Again, we mentioned the athletic ability of Dagan Kinslow and better blocking up front that time by the West Plains offensive line. They opened up a hole and gave him something to work with. So good play by West Plains offense. First down brought to you by Simmons Bank, where dreams are realized.
Gabe Dietrich, another one of those offensive linemen up there on the right-hand side for the West Plains Zizzers. We got a timeout on the field. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Pepsi Mid-America presents a tasty and downright lucrative opportunity. By simply enjoying select Pepsi Mid-America products, you could win up to $5,000 for your local participating schools. Beginning September 1st through January 31st, start collecting those teal caps from any Dr. Pepper, Crush, 7-Up, or Crisp and Clear products and help make your school shine bright with the illustrious gleam of cash money. Collect the caps from Pepsi Mid-America.
Simmons Bank is proud to support the Zizzers. Simmons believes that healthy, vibrant communities don't just happen on their own. They happen when people make investments in each other. Because we accomplish more together than we do alone. Simmons Bank, member FDIC. Simmons Bank is here for all the Zizzers. Simmons Bank takes pride in helping customers realize their dream to buy the perfect home, start a business, or save for a child's college education. Visit a branch or get more information online at simmonsbank.com. Simmons Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country, KDY.
Once again, Paul Knight with Harlan Hutchinson. We're here in Rolla, Missouri, and this time out took a little more than usual. And once again, we want to just mention our fine sponsors who make it possible not only to listen to us on the radio, but to watch the live stream on the Facebook page and at OzarkRadioNetwork.com. You watch the Zizzers, watch them tomorrow at 9 o'clock when they take on the Willow Springs Bears in the volleyball game. And Harlan, I understand you've got a little soccer in your future as well.
You betcha. I think our next broadcast or telecast, however you want to call it, of Zizzer Soccer is October the 10th. And if my memory serves me correctly, that's actually going to be on Saturday. So here we go, 1st and 10.
Lair in the backfield with Kinslow. They throw it wide out to Seeley. Oh, what are they going? They're going to call that a lateral. Now the official on the far side said it's an incomplete pass. No. Yeah, he said it's an incomplete pass. It's not a lateral. It was an incomplete pass. It'll be second down and about 10 from the 20-yard line, and the Rolla staff is not happy.
Well, they waited quite a while before they finally made that call. And
Big Jim's looking that one over. 2 receivers to the left side. 1 receiver to the right. Single set back is Connor Lair. Ball at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 10. Bad snap, but Lair catches it. Cuts up to the sideline. Lair goes. He's got the first down, loses the ball out of bounds, and they're going to say the ball went out of bounds at the 6-yard line, so that's another Zizzer first down.
And the first down brought to you by Pepsi, Mid-America, 80 years in the making. Try out crisp and clear water. It's the only name brand water that comes in a 2-liter size. Boy, Connor Lair, once he gets ahead of steam, he is tough to slow down.
Well, I was going to say, he's got a little bit of something behind him. He's 6'2", 225, and he's got a little bit of speed. I think he's on the 4x100 relay team come springtime.
We'll say hi to Alicia Gutter, the cross-country team, doing great. And Dale Smitty Smith is watching.
Smitty's watching.
Smitty's on.
Smitty's on our radio. Kinslow not going to go anywhere this time, as there was a lot of red in the backfield, and there's no gain on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line as the clock winds inside. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And, Harlan, we're going to get out of here before 11 tonight.
It's amazing how this clock is running. I mean, crazy.
Ball actually marked back to the 7-yard line, so that's a loss of 1, and it brings up 2nd and goal from the 7. Play clock now at 3:36, or the clock at 3:36, the play clock at 15 seconds. Seeley in the backfield with Kinslow. Unbalanced line left. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to run left. And Seeley is going to be brought down somewhere near the 3-yard line, and that's going to be a play now for 3rd and goal from the 3.
Titus Seeley does something that good backs do. He's patient. He'll wait for his block to develop. Yeah. Then he'll bust it hard and try to get through the hole. That's a trait that not everybody has playing running back.
Ball at the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Lair to the left side. Seeley to the left side. 2 receivers to the right side. Kinslow sends Miller in motion. Guess what? They give to Miller. He's going to literally walk into the end zone. That's a touchdown. That's the second time that play's worked tonight for points. And the Zizzer score with 2:46 to go in the third quarter. Miller from 3 yards out. The Zizzers go on top by a score of 33-7, where it should have been already.
I was wondering what play they're going to run there. That was about their only option unless they're going to run that quarterback draw, but that was easy around the left end.
Yes.
We ran that play against Thayer in the scrimmage we had at West Plains the week before the season started, and Heston Miller scored on a play exactly like that against the Thayer defense.
Into the 10th, the extra point is Thomas. High snap, and we got an illegal procedure penalty, so we're going to get to try this again. I think we may work on that some in practice this week.
I would think so.
That or just punt and go for 2.
Well, extra points.
Yeah.
Cost Hillcrest the game last week.
Yes. They got an illegal procedure against the West Plains Zizzers. Snap movement before the snap, so that'll take the ball back to the 8-yard line, and Thomas is going to get another try. To hold the ball, number 15, that's Colt Hickson. Long snapper is we got a new long snapper. I think it's number 40. Connor Lair. Snaps high, kicks up, and it looks good. It is good. Thomas for the extra point. 34-7. We'll be back in a minute here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Ozark Hills Insurance at 257-1285. 4 locations: West Plains, Thayer, Gainesville, Mountain Home.
Get ready for a great night's sleep on your new Justice Metro Queen bed from Brown Furniture and Appliance. 660 coils, a full 10-year warranty, and it's only $549. And with any mattress set over $399, Brown Furniture and Appliance will give you a free mattress cover and 12 months interest-free financing with approved credit. While you're there, pick up wreath-making supplies for the fall and Christmas seasons. Brown Furniture and Appliance, growing with the Ozarks since 1949.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
All night back here with Harlan Hutchinson. Thomas to kick it away. A low liner that's going to go out of bounds. That means that the Zizzers are going to give the ball up. Let's see, where do they get it? On the 40?
40, I believe.
I believe it is on the 40 if it goes out of bounds. 35 or 40. Or they can make you kick it over.
One of the coaches on the Rolla sideline caught a bat in a towel. You should have seen the kids over there getting away from him. They didn't want to have anything to do with that.
Nothing to do with that bat. Ball's going to be marked at the 35-yard line, so the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at their own 35. 2:46 to go in the third, and the Zizzers lead by a score of 34-7. They'd like to carry a little bit of this momentum into next Friday night at home against the Lakers. That's been a heck of a series the last 10 years or so.
It really has.
Yeah. And it's been one of those games where whoever won that game probably was going to be at the top of the conference. Snap back, inside handoff to Ray. Ray's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Nice tackle by Drown at that defensive end. Stayed home, and Ray ran right to him, and Drown makes the tackle.
If he's going to keep playing like that, I'm going to keep bragging about him because that was a really good tackle, a sure tackle that he made on that play from his right defensive end position. A gain of maybe a half a yard, 2nd down and long.
2nd down and about 9 to go. 2:18 and counting down in the in the third quarter, Handsome. Inside handoff. Oh, a double reverse, and that went nowhere as once again, your man, Drown, is there to make the tackle. A loss of 6 all the way back to the 30-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15 for the Bulldogs, as Drown has been on the play the last two plays has been made by number 24. That's Garrett Drown.
24 in your program, number 1 in your heart for the defense he's playing right now. Man alive, is he playing?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Here we go.
Oh, keep pumping him up.
I was going to say it's slogan time. Throw to the right side. Throw in the flat. It's going to be caught there by number 15, the wide receiver for the Bulldogs. That is Klosser, the punter, and the extra point guy. Klosser is out of bounds at the 43, 42-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. 4th down and 3. Let's make it. And the Bulldogs are going to have to go for it when you're down 34-7 with less than a minute and 30 to go in the quarter. Third quarter, that is.
Let's see if West Plains blitzes here. They have no running back. No, they've got two.
They got 2 running backs now. Inside handoff. They give it to the big guy up the middle, and he's got the 1st down and just barely in a little bit more because his forward progress is going to be the 46-yard line. Ball's carried there by number 10. That is Hayden Fain, and that's a 1st down for the Bulldogs, and they keep possession as the clock winds down from a minute 20 in the third quarter.
And that 1st down is brought to you by Ozark Hills Insurance. They're located on Porter Wagner Boulevard in West Plains, 1701 Porter Wagner.
Right across the street from us.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 46. Huntsum in the backfield. He wants Fain back there with him. This is a favorite formation now. They fake. They look deep. They're going to throw it down the sideline. Up in the air it goes, and that was not any close to anybody. Out of bounds. That was closer to hitting the fence than it was to hit any of the players on the field.
Yep.
And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 with 1:01 to go in the third quarter.
West Plains is probably a little irritated that they gave up that touchdown earlier in this quarter. So with a minute 1 to go, they would like to get it back, put another score on the board, and the turbo clock will be puttering at that point.
2nd down and 10 from the 46. Bulldogs have the ball trailing by 27. Quarterback calls for the ball. Inside handoff, they fake it. He's going to roll left. Pressure comes. Drown there again. Throws the ball. No flag for a grounding there. There wasn't anybody close to that one. But there was no flag, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 46.
I was afraid that Garrett Drown might get called for. It wasn't even really a hit.
No, it was a push.
It was a push, and there was hardly that much contact.
Yeah,
but,
and he was still in the motion of throwing.
Right.
What do they give you, a step?
A step is what they say.
Kind of a step. 3rd and 10, the ball at the 46-yard line, 49 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Zizzers spread out with their 4 men up front. Lair and Seeley are at the linebacker position. Secondary, 5 men back there. Kinslow at one of the safeties. They roll left, they throw out in the flat, and that's not anywhere close, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 10 from the same position with now 45 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Heston Miller was coming up to help out on the play. Also, Tristan Clark as well. But now that'll bring up 4th down, and now, well, you got to punt the ball.
They're going to punt it. This is their 2nd punt of the ball game. The punter is also the quarterback.
Heston Miller will go back deep and stand at around his own 16-yard line.
4th and 10. Clock stopped. 45 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Zithers, maybe be careful, boys, because they're going to try to draw you off sides. Snap back. It's a high one. Punt away. It's headed to the sideline. And it hits. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. It's going to be dead at the 26-yard line, so the Zithers offense comes on the field with a 34-7 lead and 33 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st down, West Plains.
By and large here in this football game, we've seen West Plains be effective running the football, but from, a part of the 2nd quarter on through the 3rd quarter here, in fact, generally we've seen Rolla, after the half, make some adjustments that have really helped them against West Plains' rushing game. So we'll see what happens here, but they're not playing pass. They're playing run all the way here, especially on 1st down.
Well, I was going to say, they've got 8 men, and if you count the corner stepped up to the line of scrimmage, they got 9 within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. Well, this time it's actually within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. Zithers have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Kinslow looks down the field. Pressure comes from the outside. He rolls right. He pump fakes. He throws it right at the ground. Going to be incomplete, intended for Miller. Miller was the only man on the pattern on the right-hand side, and that's the only place he can go with it, and it's incomplete and brings up 2nd down. And more importantly, Old Harlan, it stops the clock.
With 26 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter here at Lions Memorial Stadium in Rolla, 34-7. So why are we throwing the ball at 34? Well, because they're loading on the run. You got to do it.
Bulldogs have a 4-man front. Kinslow goes right up the middle, and Kinslow gets maybe 2. They're going to mark him down at the 28-yard line. That could be the final quarter or final play of the 3rd quarter, as the official says, let that clock run, and the Zithers are in no hurry to get up there. In fact, they're going to walk to the sideline. We'll be back in 1 minute with the 4th quarter here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
Hi, this is Garrett at Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains. The weather is going to change soon, so get a head start and BG 56 leaf blower, now only $159.99, or the BGA 57 battery-powered set, now $179.99. Upgrade and save $90 on the BGA 57 2-battery bundle, now just $249.99. Stop in and save today.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than a farm store.
If you're catching up on projects around the home or farm, it might be a good time to check the tread on your car or truck tires. Wilbanks Tire in West Plains are the tire guys that can get you set up with new tread at a price you can afford. Remember, when you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you get free rotation of your tires for the life of the tires. So once a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you'll always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Price, quality, and service, all at Wilbanks Tire, 201 West 2nd Street, West Plains.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Full night back here with Harlan Hudson. We're about to start the 4th and final quarter. The Zithers lead 34-7 here at Rolla. Of course, next week you'll be at home, and if you can't make it to the ball game or not able to get to the game because of you don't have a ticket, you can always listen to it right here on KKDY or watch it on the Facebook page or on OzarkRadioNetwork.com. Zizzers have it. Start the fourth quarter. Inside double handoff. Lair to the left side. Lair across the 40. Lair across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. And that play has worked every time we've run it the 2 games I've seen.
20-yard gain. And that was the play that busted the big run at Glendale.
That's right. You're exactly right.
When we really needed a big play, that's what they pulled out.
That play right there, and then Lair's interception was the turning point in that ball game at Glendale. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line for West Plains. Seeley in motion. They give the ball to Seeley on the right side. He's going to get to the 50, and then we're going to have a flag. And I believe that's going to be a hold again. And you can't tackle them, fellas. Even though you get caught about half the time, we got caught that time.
Speaking of Glendale.
Yeah.
That happened a lot there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every one of them was a penalty, but some of them were, and that in this case it probably was.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but that one, the flag came flying in from the referee, and that's a 10-yarder from the spot of the foul, and that'll bring up a first down and about 20 to go.
Who would you say generally throws the penalty flag on a hold?
Usually it's the umpire or the referee.
Right.
And tonight it's been the referee because the umpire has not thrown his flag at all. The umpire has not thrown a flag yet tonight.
And the umpire is stationed where?
Right behind the defensive line.
Right.
Kinslow drops the throw. Throws it down the sideline. Miller can't catch that one. And that ball's overthrown, and it's going to bring up a second down. And Miller's down because I think he's got a cramp. He's going to go to the sideline with a little bit of a tightness, or
I think the defender stepped on his heel.
He's got a little bit of a limp, and he's going to come out of the ball game for just a moment. Let's see what happens here. Into his replacements, number 19. That's Josh Leeser, junior, 6'6". Throw it to him. Kinslow on the keeper, cuts to the left side, crosses the 45-yard line. That's where he's brought down, but that's going to bring up a third down and about 13 to go. You got a guy out there, 6'6". Send him down the field, throwing the ball.
There's a good chance they may right here on third down and 13 to go.
11 minutes to go in the ball game. Zizzers lead 34-7. Don't forget next Friday night, Zizzers at home against the Lakers. They're at Zizzer Stadium. Zizzers with nobody in the backfield. 5 receivers out. Kinslow looks. Pressure comes. Kinslow scrambles. Throws the ball in the flat. It's caught. It's going to be, where are we going to get to? We're going to be just short. Number 15 on the receiving end, Colt Hickson, made a nice effort to get 8 yards on that carry after the catch, and that brings up a 4th and 2, and the Zizzers are going to quickly line up, and they're going to go for it. He didn't get it. Unless we get a spot, he didn't make it. Looked like he had a hole, and then all of a sudden there was nowhere going, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs are going to have it with 10:23 to go in the fourth quarter, and they're going to have the football 1st and 10.
That's not even, I don't think that's even close enough to measure. They may do that.
They're not going to do it. Officials say, get back off the field. It's your ball. 1st and 10 for the West Plains, or for the Rolla Bulldogs on the turnover, and Zizzer defense is going to, now the Zizzers have asked for a measurement. So, we know, Jim knows, Rolla knows, but the Zizzers want a measurement.
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
Bo knows everything.
I was going to say, was that in the 80s or 90s?
It was in the 80s.
Was it? Huh? 90s? Early 90s? Bo knows
everything.
Everything. That, reminds me of, have you seen the ESPN series of the commercials, the best of the ESPN commercials?
No, I don't watch ESPN anymore.
Oh, you don't watch ESPN anymore? Oh, this has been on for a couple of months during the coronavirus. They've got some dandies. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 43-yard line. Zizzer defense back on the field, 10:23 to go in the ball game. Zizzers lead 34-7. Quarterback. They go back to their I formation. Inside handoff, right up the middle. Is that Toon? Fan. And he crosses right at the 50-yard line, so that's a pickup of 7. That brings up a 2nd down and 3 for the Bulldogs from right at the 50-yard line.
He hasn't carried it much tonight, but he's their second option, I guess. I don't understand why Malachi Ray hasn't.
Malachi Ray is not tested very much.
And he's a weapon back there at 6 foot, 215 pounds, man.
And he can run.
Yeah, strong kid.
Malachi is in the backfield with the quarterback. Ball at the 50-yard line. They bring Fane back there again. Inside handoff to Fane. Left side, he bounces out. He's not going to get the first down as he's hit by many a Zizzer and dropped for a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 1.5 from somewhere on the other side of the 50. They're going to mark it at the 49, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. West Plains defense.
Connor Lair is so good sideline to sideline playing the linebacker. You ready to play another play there?
Yes. And he's on the wrong side of the field. Inside handoff against the what a sick. Seeley and Lair decided that's not going to happen, and they're going to mark him down at the 48-yard line. So that's going to be just short of a first down. It'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs, and hardly you know they're going to go for it with 8:40 to go in the ball game and down 34-7.
I'm not sure I think it was Aiden Holt. No, that was not Aiden Holt. That was Gabe Sellers. Gabe Sellers stepped in, and when the bat hit Sellers, that was it. He wasn't going anywhere else.
4th and 1. Fane comes back in the backfield. Inside handoff, they give it to Fane. He's got the first down and then flipped up. The ball's on the ground, and the Zizzers have it. Turnover on downs on the fumble as the Zizzers get the recovery on the fumble, and West Plains has it 1st and 10.
I don't know who it could have been Titus Seeley.
Titus Seeley flipped him.
That would have been a first down.
It is for the West Plains.
Well, it's the other way.
1st and 10 West Plains as their offense comes back on the field. Sanders at center. They're going to go to the unbalanced line to the right side. Kinslow's in the backfield by himself. We're short one player. We don't have a running back. And they just realized that. Because out comes nobody. Oh, number 1. Who's the number 1? Oh, Aiden Simpson. Kinslow keeps it. Kinslow gets across the 40 to the 43. Yeah, they're going to give him a yard. Out to the 44. Out to the 44, make it 2 yards. That's a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8 with 7:56 to go in the ball game.
Dalton Cox will come into the ball game now as Aiden Simpson will go out.
Seeley and Lair are done running the football tonight. Cox, right side, cuts it up into the secondary. Cox spins, crosses the 50, down to the 45. Cox gets another Zizzer, first down, with a nice run, a pickup of 13.
Dalton Cox, 5'10", junior, 190 pounds. He put the brakes on, spun away from the defender, a little ankle breaker move there, and got a first down. Really good run up to the 45 of Rolla.
7:30 to go in the ball game. Zizzers have it, and clock continues to run. Zizzers just want to run off the clock, and I said Seeley and Lair will be done. Guess who's in? Seeley. He's back in the backfield. Kinslow fakes the hand off, and he keeps, and Kinslow breaks a tackle down the sideline in front of the Zizzer bench, knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, so that's another Zizzer. First down on the run by Kinslow of a pickup of 11.
And if you're a running back's been out there all night, not bad to get some rest at the end of the game. But on the other hand, the defense is tired, and
he plays defense too.
Yeah, they missed a tackle or two, and you could be off to the races for your fourth touchdown. Yeah.
2 receivers on the short side of the field in front of the Zizzer bench. Kinslow in the backfield with Seeley. Unbalanced line. They're going to throw. Kinslow down the sideline. Oh, just outside the reach of number 33. That is Hayden Cook. Cook couldn't quite reach it, and it goes incomplete, and it's going to be a second down and 10 from the 34-yard line.
I don't know if he had timed that better, if he could have caught it. That ball's a little
high. He was open.
Yep.
He had the man beat.
He's still out there.
He's still out there, split wide to the right side. Man in motion. Inside handoff, Seeley slipped. That's not a good sign. Loses 2 back to the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up third down and about 11 or 12 to go for the West Plains offense with less than 6:40 to go in the ball game. But they lead 34-7. Second half's not been near as exciting as the first half.
This game was decided in the first half. West Plains just took it over early on, and now we're going to get another timeout.
We got a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Taking care of elderly parents is not easy. My mom just can't do much to help my dad anymore, so I help when I can. Dad's CPAP machine was really needing to be cleaned, especially with all the virus spreading. I found out Home takes care of that. Their customer service was excellent, and considering we are in a pandemic, that means a lot. The store was clean, they limit the number of customers in the store, and they explained how to help Dad with his CPAP. Heart of the Ozarks Medical Equipment, 1703 8th Street in West Plains. Welcome home.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. Game 3 of the season. The Zizzers are on top 34-7. They're going to go to 3-0, Harlan. That's going to put them at the top of the conference standings. And we don't care who else is there. We know we are.
Yep, you can't. You don't. All you can do is what you
who you play.
That's exactly right.
Beat everybody you play, and you don't lose. Zizzers have it. Third down and 12. The ball's at the 36-yard line. They got to get to the 24 for a first and 10. Kinslow and Sealer in the backfield. And they got 5 men in front of them. 5 big guys in front of them. Kinslow down the solo. There's got to be a flag there as the defensive back actually tackled the wide receiver. That's Josh Leeser. Leeser was trying to get back to the football, and the cornerback came in and got in the way, literally. Good flag there. Good call. That's going to be a first down for the West Plains Zizzers on the penalty. That'll take the ball down to about the,
21?
About the 21. You're right, yeah.
15 yards, that's from the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
High school.
Yep. Mark it at the 21-yard line where it's going to be first and 10 with 6:22 to go in the ball game as the clock is stopped on the penalty. Who's in the backfield? Seeley along with Kinslow. And we don't talk about number 18, Kyler Stowers, enough. He is the, I'm going to call him the third off. That's lateral, but Seeley catches. Seeley up the middle. Seeley inside the 10 or at the 10-yard line. That's enough for another assist or a first down on the throw and catch. And that really wasn't a throw. That was a lateral. And they say it's a first down, or is it just short?
Should be a first down from.
Should be, yeah, they do. They want to mark it a first down. Clock stopped because of the first down. They got to move the sticks. Official says start her back up, baby. We're at 6:08 to go in the ball game. Opportunity to put more points on the board. Kinslow and Seeley in the backfield. Inside handoff. Seeley, not much there as he gets to the 10, and that's it. That's a gain of 1, and it brings up second down and 9 for the West Plains Zizzers. But I was going to talk about Stowers. He is the third offensive guard out there. You don't see him catch the ball much. He does catch it from time to time, but he does a really good job of getting up in on those little trap plays and the inside counters, making contact with the defensive lineman, gets an angle on them, and creates some holes for the offensive linemen or for the offensive backs, which there are none now because Kinslow's back there looking at it. Things getting ready to go. Seeley in motion. Hands off, right side. Seeley to the corner. Seeley out of bounds somewhere near the goal line. Where are they going to mark him? They're going to mark him at the 3. So it's going to be third down and about 2 to go for the West Plains Zizzers. You can get a first down if you get to the 1. You get a touchdown if you get 3 more yards.
Scott Womack will be up here, assistant football coach. He'll be up here in the box, and he'll talk it over with Paul here after the ball game. Be interesting to talk about the team and how ready they were tonight.
Kinslow with Seeley back there with him. Take the handoff. Kinslow up the middle. He's not going to get it as he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 4th and 3 from the 4th and 2 from the 3. That time the Bulldogs, they didn't want to give up that touchdown very easily, do they?
No, they don't. Everybody, you know.
They're playing hard. They're playing hard.
Got some pride. 34-7. West Plains winning this one going away. And we're going to let the play clock run down and maybe take a timeout here. I don't know.
I think we'll probably snap this ball with about 3 seconds to go on the play clock because they're getting up there in a hurry. 10 seconds on the play clock. Cook better hurry because he's got to get out here wide left. Kinslow, inside handoff to Lair. Lair is not going to make it. He's going to be short, I do believe, of the goal line and the first down, and that's going to be a turnover on downs as the Bulldogs stop the Zizzers. And with 4:15 to go in the ball game, Rolla's going to take over at their own 3-yard line.
We're liable to see some, as they say, clean jerseys out here at the end of this ball game for probably both football teams.
Well, I hate to say this, but I don't see any of them.
I don't either.
I see a bunch of dirty white shirts and a bunch of dirty white pants on the other side.
Yep.
Because the Bulldogs, they're still missing a player. Ray finally gets out there. 4:15 to go in the ball game. 34-7 is our score.
Malachi's probably thinking, well, they're not going to give me the ball, bro.
They're not going to give me the ball. Why don't you get out there? Payne comes back behind the quarterback. And we got to delay a game because the play clock went to 0-0, and the umpire, not the umpire, that's the back judge, threw the flag, and that's going to be a delay of game, so that'll be half the distance of the goal. So that'll put it on the 1.5-yard line. It'll bring up first down and 11.5 to go for the Bulldogs.
I understand he's the back judge, but he is over 30 yards off the football, straight back in the middle of the field. I guess he wants to be able to get downfield in case of a big play or something.
Nobody's supposed to get behind him. Kind of like a free safety.
They won't. Guarantee you.
Play clock. Inside handoff. They roll to the right side. Pressure comes. We looking at?
Oh, that's got to be grounded.
Safety. That's safety. Yeah. That's a safety. The grounding in the end zone. So the Zizzers get a 2-point safety called against the Bulldogs with 4:06 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Bulldogs now will have to kick off from their 20-yard line.
And that's something you don't see very often, but that is the correct call. Rolling out, throwing the pass out of the end zone, intentional grounding out of the end zone, that is a safety, and it will be a free kick for Rolla.
Rolla will kick it away. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Medical Center Orthopedics is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at OMC sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletics for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. OMC hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. OMC Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Zizzer athletics.
The heart of the Ozarks lies within each one of us. Show me your heart by protecting yourself and others. Mask Up Ozarks. Brought to you by your neighbors at Burton Creek Rural Clinic, City of West Plains, Howell County Health Department, Missouri State University West Plains, Ozarks Medical Center, Southern Missouri Healthcare Center, West Plains Schools, and the Ozark Marketing Company.
The Zizzers play here on today's Hot New Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson. The ball placed at the 20-yard line. The free kick to be from there after the safety. 46-7. Zizzers on top. 4:06 to go in the ball game. Zizzers will get the ball back. Back deep in the middle is Drowned. Garrett Drowned. He's had a good game.
He's had a good season so far.
Kicks away. It's a long one. Drown's going to have to catch it at about the 25. Drowned up the middle. Gets a block. sees an alley, round across the 50, a nice return down to the 45-yard line. So the Zizzer offense back on the field. They lead 36-7 with just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
Now we'll see if we can get out of here without anybody getting hurt here in the last 4 minutes. You know, next week, Camdenton to this point has kind of struggled a little bit, but you can't ever go into a football game thinking you've got the upper hand on them.
No.
And that's kind of what they call one of those trap games, because next 2 weeks you've got 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yeah. Kickapoo and Lebanon after that.
Yeah, Camdenton, Kickapoo, Lebanon, back to back to back. So you got to be ready to play the next 3 weeks. You got 3 good teams, and fortunately for us, 2 of them are at our place.
Yep. Our schedule is fantastic this year.
Yes.
Last year it was not fantastic.
It didn't help us.
No, it didn't.
And have they come out with the district assignments yet? I don't think they have yet, have they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
St. Louis is not playing football.
Oh, they're not.
St. Louis County is not playing football.
I did not know that.
Nope.
That's probably why they haven't come out with district assignments yet.
Right.
Kinslow still in the ball game, and we got a stoppage of play, offsides against the Bulldogs. Somebody was in the neutral zone, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll set up a 1st down and 5 for the West Plains Zizzers, who still have their first offensive unit in there.
In fact, when it comes to postseason, I wouldn't be surprised if we just play the regular season and call it good.
I'm kind of leaning towards we may have what they call regional playoffs. There, you might drive 2 hours and play somebody in a regional playoff game, and that be it. Like, you win your district, and that's it. There'll be no...
That's it.
Yeah, there'll be no state finals or state semis or quarters or anything like that because of the travel involved and the exposure. Little carry there by Seeley, picks up 3. It brings up a 2nd down and 2. The ball's at the 38-yard line. Play clock, or the game clock at 3:30 to go in the ball game. Zizzers lead 36-7. Just waiting for the final buzzer to go off on this one. Kinslow looking things over. Sends a man in motion. That's Miller. They give it to Miller on the jet sweep, and this time the Bulldogs have it smelled out, but Miller still gets across the 35. That's enough for a 1st down. So with 3:08 to go in the ball game, Miller picks up 5, and it gives the Zizzers another 1st down in the ball game tonight. They've had a bunch of those.
Volleyball on the stream tomorrow, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock from the Civic Center. Big Jim will have that. West Plains and Willow plays at 9 tomorrow morning. So if you want to see the very first match of the Zizzer showdown, that'll be tomorrow at the Civic Center. Limited attendance, so watch it online with us on OzarkRadioNews.com.
2:52 to go in the ball game. Zizzers have it at the Bulldogs 35-yard line. Kinslow in the backfield by himself. He's going to keep up the left side, breaks to the outside. He's going to be drugged down, and he crosses the 30 down to the 29-yard line, so that's a pickup of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. And the Zizzers are in no hurry to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to take all 25 seconds of this play clock. Well, I guess it's actually 35 seconds from the time the one plays in until the next one has to start.
So we're going to be under 2 minutes to go by the time the Zizzers run this next play.
Zizzers are going to go to 3-0. The Bulldogs are going to fall to 1-2. All conference games, because the Ozark Conference has a full slate, 9 games to be played within the Ozark Conference itself. Seeley, right side, cuts it up. Seeley sprints down the sideline. Seeley, he's going to go. No more.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Both signal touchdown. Zizzers get on the board again. It's 42-7 as Seeley goes in from, 28 yards?
I'd call it a 28-yard run.
Yep. 150 to go in the ball game. Seeley with his 4th touchdown of the ball game from 28 yards out. Thomas in to attempt the extra point. 42-7 is our score. That means the clock will run. Thomas into the attempt the extra point. Stowers back at the long snapper. Snaps back, ball's down, kicks up. Ooh, it may be wide. No, it's through the middle. Not the middle, but through the uprights. 43-7 is our score. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
Pepsi Mid-America presents a tasty and downright lucrative opportunity. By simply enjoying select Pepsi Mid-America products, you could win up to $5,000 for your local participating schools. Beginning September 1st through January 31st, start collecting those teal caps from any Dr. Pepper, Crush, 7-Up, or Crisp and Clear products and help make your school shine bright with the illustrious gleam of cash money. Collect the caps from Pepsi Mid-America.
Hi, this is Riley Brown with Lynch Equipment in West Plains. If you have land to take care of and you're looking for a compact or utility tractor, it just so happens that Coyote has some of the toughest, most powerful, most fuel-efficient, most technologically advanced tractors ever. If you're not familiar with Coyote, that's K-I-O-T-I, and we'd like to say hello. Stop in and see my parents, Scott and Crystal Brown, here at Lynch Equipment in West Plains. Coyote has a whole pack of models to choose from.
Ozark Conference football excitement continues now with the Zizzers on KDY.
Paul Knight back here with Harlan Hutchinson and Thomas. Nathan Thomas just put that one into the end zone. And if you're going to put it in the end zone every time, just kick it away.
Yeah,
rather than give him the ball at the 40, but Thomas put that one in the end zone, and it's a touchback.
What do you think of that?
What's that?
Squib kicking it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather kick it deep.
Me too.
I'd rather kick it deep because, I think you got a better chance of covering it, and plus you don't give up the field position automatically. But, everybody's got a different philosophy. Play clock starts with 150, and there's Ray with a carry. He's going to get a yard. That'll take him to the 21-yard line, and that's going to keep the clock running as we're in the turbo clock mode now. 43-7 is our score. Zizzers have dominated this ball game, Harlan, like we talked about, from start through the first half, and then a little lull in the third quarter. But on the same action though, Rolla's never been in the game. Never been in the game. 1:19, and the clock continues to wind down. Zizzers on top. Bulldogs keep their offensive unit, first team unit on there. Inside handoff to the big tailback. That's number 10, Hayden Fain. And Fain ran right into, I think that was Sebastian Rogers, wasn't it?
I don't know, but it was a collision. He's coming out.
He's coming out. And into the ball game's number 50 for the West Plains Zizzers. That's Wyatt Barnes, senior, 6'1", 165, playing that defensive tackle. Zizzers have a few of those clean jerseys out there now.
Yeah.
Zizzers do. Bulldogs snap with 37 seconds. They're going to throw it in the flat. It's going to be caught. Turned up, not to the first down yardage. That'll bring up a 4th down and 1. And the game clock is at 25. The play clock's at 36. Will the Bulldogs say this is enough, or do you think they'll try to run that one? They're going to try to run one more.
Another play.
So the coach is signaling in the play as the play clock is down to 10, down to 11. I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to. No, they're going. That's it. Ball game. That's the ball game. Zizzers 43, Bulldogs 7. Zizzers go to 3-0. The Bulldogs fall to 1-2 as West Plains dominated from the beginning. And we'll be back in 2 minutes to wrap this one up here on the radio. KKDY 102.5.
It's been said the best things in life are free, like free checking from West Plains Bank and Trust Company, including free mobile banking with deposit, free bill pay, free e-statements, and free Zizzer debit card that gives back to the school each time you use it to make a purchase. And, did I mention, you receive a free gift just for opening an account. Refer a friend who opens an account and you both get a free gift. View account detail at westplainsbank.com. West Plains Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Ozark's weather can be pretty strange. One day, the temperature's up. The next day, it's down. And sometimes, both in one day. So how does our house keep things just right regardless of the weather? Easy. The Butlers did it. High-efficiency train systems from Butler Heating and Air are extremely efficient and will keep your home comfortable year-round. The Butlers can do it for you, too. Call Butler Heating and Air of West Plains at 256-7984. It's hard to stop a train.
Beat the heat by getting outdoors with the help of Monty's Outdoors at the Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains. Camping gear, fishing gear, and of course, it's time now for game cameras. All the game cameras and accessories you need to find that trophy buck for the upcoming fall season, which is just around the corner. You'll find it at Monty's Outdoors, Southern Hills Shopping Center in West Plains. Your outdoor headquarters for fishing, hunting, trapping, and just having a good time.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Ozark Hills Insurance at 257-1285. 4 locations: West Plains, Thayer, Gainesville, Mountain Home.
It's back to the field for more Zizzer football action on Hot Country KDY.
Paul Knight back here. We're going to wrap this one up, and then we'll talk to Coach Womack. Just quickly review the scoring. The Zizzer scored first with 10:17 to go in the first quarter. Is Titus Seeley from 34 yards. The kick failed. It was 6-0. Then with 4:13 to go in the first, so once again it was Seeley from 16 yards out. Miller on the jet sweep scored the extra point. 14-0 at the end of one. Zizzers continued their domination in the second quarter as once again Titus Seeley from 8 yards out. Thomas kicked the extra point. It's 21-0. Then with 1:05 to go, Kinslow on a 2-yard run. The kick failed. 27-0 at half. Could have been 33-0 at half, but we had a little problem with a penalty. And the Zizzers lead 27-0 at half. In the third quarter, the Bulldogs got on the board. Isaac Hunter on a 23-yard pass from Houston, and Klossmer kicked the extra point, 27-7. Miller on the jet sweep again with 2:46 to go in the third. 3-yard run. Thomas kicked the extra point, 34-7. Then the safety on the intentional grounding in the end zone against the Bulldogs made it 36-7 in the fourth quarter, and then Seeley finished it off with 1:50 to go in the ball game, a 28-yard run. Thomas checked the extra point. 43-7 is our final. The Zizzers win. They go to 3-0, 3-0 in the conference. They'll be at home next Friday night to take on the Camdenton Lakers in what has always been a pretty good football game over the last decade or so. We're going to be joined right after this 1-minute break on the radio by Scott Womack, assistant coach, and we'll talk a little bit about this ball game here on KKDY 102.5.
And there's a flag on the play.
Dr. Edwin Roeder of Ozarks Medical Center Orthopedics is proud to be the Zizzer team physician. The team at OMC sends best wishes to all Zizzer athletics for safe play and for exceptional sportsmanship. OMC hopes you stay healthy, but if injuries happen, Dr. Roeder and the rest of his team are there to help you with your recovery. OMC Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Zizzer athletics.
It's been said the best things in life are free, like free checking from West Plains Bank and Trust Company, including free mobile banking with deposit, free bill pay, free e-statements, and free Zizzer debit card that gives back to the school each time you use it to make a purchase. And, did I mention, you receive a free gift just for opening an account. Refer a friend who opens an account and you both get a free gift. View account detail at westplainsbank.com. West Plains Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
West Plains football continues now on Hot Country KDY.
With assistant coach Scott Womack. And Scott, it's been a while since you and I have talked. Since after the first game, it was 11 o'clock, and it was time to go home.
Yeah, it was. But I got a good interview last week with Harlan.
Now, well, Harlan can fill in pretty well. He does a pretty good job. But
asks much better questions.
I'm sure he does. He's on the radio more. He gets more practice at it. Hey, talk a little bit about tonight. We talked before the ball game, and you were kind of concerned about how we were going to come out and play, and you guys dominated from the first quarter on.
Well, we felt like the thing that we had to do tonight was be physical against them. And, I mean, over the last 6, 7, 8 years when we've played them, for us to be successful against them, we've been more physical, and we weren't very physical last week, and so we really wanted to make sure we was physical this week. And I thought for the most part that we did. You know, at times we missed some blocks, but I thought we showed a little bit more physicality this week, and that's what's going to take for us to win, you know. And so we made some mistakes, you know, and put the ball on the ground once. Had, like you said, when we was going to commercial, we'll go had a penalty. It
cost you a touchdown.
Had a touchdown there, and so we got to get a little bit better there in terms of you know, not leaving points out there. But I thought both offensively and defensively we were pretty physical tonight.
Well, I was going to say offensively, the offensive line did a really good job, especially in the first half, of getting the backs into the secondary, or as we say, getting them to the second level.
Yeah, and you know, if they'll just do that and get us to the second level, we've got some backs that can. They got a little wiggle to them, and when you add Heston in there tonight, you know, he didn't get to play the first 2 weeks, and with Dagan, and then when Lair gets on the field, he's getting healthier, and of course with Titus, we've got some kids that can make you miss, and there's times that we miss blocks and they still can make a miss and turn some bad plays into good plays. But if we can get them to the second level, we'll take our chances any time with the defensive secondary.
Well, I was going to say another thing that I was impressed with this evening was the fact that we had some defensive sticks. Played well up front and kept their big running back in control the whole game.
Yeah, it seemed like they just really got rolling on offense at one time, right out of, I think it was halftime there. The
start of the third quarter,
yeah,
first series.
It seemed like the running backs just came out and was really running hard. I don't know what the coach said to him, and they made some good runs there. And then, of course, they hit the pass for the touchdown after they'd ran it so many times. It kind of got us cheating up a little bit and then got somebody over the top of us, but for the most part we was able to handle their run game.
I know one of the things that you got to look at down the future is with the change in the schedule and the fact that you're going to go to 2 days a week for half the class and 2 days for half the class, but you're still going to practice every day.
Oh yeah, and you know, this week we were not in class at all, so they had to show up every day and for practice, but yeah, you're going to get half of them, and the other half's got to get in there. So it's a little bit of a change. And now every Friday you won't have
you won't have
them, and so you bring them in at 1 or what? Today we brought them in at 1:30. So it's a little bit different, but they adjusted to it well. And I thought we had a little bit more energy tonight than we did last week. We just didn't play with a lot of energy last week, so a lot better. And the other thing I think that was a little bit better tonight is our special teams was better. Last week our special teams was bad, but we had 2 or 3 good kickoff returns and punted the ball well. Extra points, I think we had the one bad, maybe extra
one bad
point.
snap and one block.
Yeah, and so we got to correct that a little bit on our blocking up front. But and our kickoff coverage was better tonight. We didn't give any. Both weeks we'd give up a couple of long returns. So trying a little different style, but not a lot of people like you grounding the ball, but it's better than giving them the ball past the 50.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're trying to rest so many kids on the kickoff that sometimes you're not as fast as you could be, and so it's hard to cover. So making some adjustments, but we got a little bit better on the special teams, and we've got to do that every week.
As Harlan and I say, there was a lot of white jerseys on the kickoff coverage team.
Yeah.
And that means there's a lot of guys that don't see the field very often, except when the kickoff team comes out there.
Yeah, and you just got to rest those kids, those players that are playing, you know, every down on both sides of the ball. And so same things happen on kickoff return. You know, if you go back and look at our kickoff return team from the first game this year till now, I think we inserted 7 new kids this week, and a lot of it's also we have had a couple of injuries. So, but we had 7 new guys on there tonight, and so they did a good job. And we got to just keep getting them experience, and maybe it'll pay off at the end.
Coach, we appreciate you coming up. Congratulations on the win, and I know you're looking forward to next Friday already.
It's always a battle. I think the last 6 or 7 times we played them, it's been
boiled down to the last person who had it.
And you know, Camden's can come to town. They know they've just, with their one loss already, they just about got to beat us to have a chance at the conference title or stay in the conference. They can't go with 2 losses with a couple of undefeated teams, because Kickapoo I think still undefeated, and then we would be. So it's going to be a big game. They're going to come in fired up, ready to go, and we're going to have to bring our best game.
And you're at home, so that's one advantage.
Exactly. That's don't have to get on that bus.
Once again, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks.
That's it tonight from Rolla, Missouri, where the West Plains Zizzers win the final score. Once again, West Plains 43, the Bulldogs 7. Zizzers go to 3-0 on the year. They'll be at home next Friday night as they take on the Camden Lakers there at Zizzer Stadium. For Harlan Hutchinson, this is Paul Knight saying good night, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week right here on the radio, KKDY 102.5.
West Plains Zizzers football on Hot Country KDY has been brought to you by
Taylor Grubosh Chevrolet, West Plains Propane, Hawkins Home and Lawn, Chapala Mexican Restaurant,